What up, what up, what up? No days off November. This is it, guys. This is the last episode of No Days Off November. We're going to end it off with some light Q&A. We're going to talk about some stuff. We got Eddie Chambers pulling up in here in the next 10 to 15 minutes. We're going to talk some boxing. And that's going to be it, guys. You know, it was a nice little run. You know what I mean? We ran through this 30 days. Wasn't completely just 1, 2, 3, right? We was on here sometimes 2 times, 3 times a day. I'm also here to remind you guys that this is it. The CA Black Friday, 75% on all the courses. This is the last 2 hours. It's 10 p.m. Eastern time, 12 o'clock, it is over. So I just wanted to remind you guys about that. We shot an email out a little bit, not too long ago, let you guys know. I will be shutting the sale down. That will be it. So I hope everybody who's watching this takes advantage of this. And No Days Off was a lot of fun, man. We had Eddie Chambers, Tevin Farmer, Bill Haney, Steve Upshur, Peter Nieves. You guys just participating in some of the, you know what I'm saying? It was just a lot of fun, man. So, we watched some fights. I did the commentary. No Days Off November, to me, in my opinion, was a success, man. It was a lot of fun. Some days we had a lot of people. Some days only a few of us. But at the end of the day, we was here every single day as promised. We got my man Hiram Garcia. You gonna watch this Warriors versus Sun game right now? I don't watch basketball like that, man. I'm just boxing. That's all I watch. Gary Groover. Oh, we in here. Big shout out to Gary Groover, man. Has been in here, every single day, supporting the channel, helping, letting people know about the courses. He's got the Master Boxing Bundle. He actually is the one who reminded me that today was the last day of the month and that I should just extend the sale. He said extended the whole month of December. That's not going to happen, but we're going to extend it till tonight, midnight, and then it's over. And big shout out to Gary Groover. Big shout out to Nick and Andrew, another guy who's been in here every single day, damn near, man. I already feel like I know you guys personally, man. Simp down. Teofimo should have been in here learning instead of being a poor sport. Yeah, man. I mean, Teofimo Lopez definitely was a poor sport, man. That's for sure. But, sometimes when you're competitive, that's how it is. You know what I'm saying? When you're super competitive. I mean, at the end of the day, we have to remember what boxing is, man. Boxing's a fight. It's 2 men or 2 women trying to knock each other out. So at the end of a fight, if you lose the fight, chances are you're not going to be like super happy with the situation. You're still going to want to fight some more. I mean, you're fighters. That's what a fight is. Fighters are people who aren't agreeing and they're letting their hands go, basically. You know what I'm saying? So I could understand why he was behaving that way, but it would have been much more, honorable if he just admitted that he had a terrible game plan going into the fight and that he fought poorly. Francisco, what's good, Coach? What's going on, Francisco, man? How you doing? Chris, Coach Anthony, we here. Appreciate you being here, man. Appreciate you being in here, Chris, for sure. Francisco, did you see the comment of Haney saying Teofimo and fraud? No, I did not. What did he say, Francisco? Coronavirus. What's up, boxing fans? What's going on, coronavirus? You everywhere, man. You know what I'm saying? You even on the internet, huh? I can't go nowhere without having to worry about you. Benjamin Cuevas, I rode with you the whole way. The No Days Off. I'm going to need a break. I'm going to need a break too, Benjamin. Definitely going to take a little time off. No Days Off November was a lot of fun. You guys were definitely a lot of support. I appreciate the regulars who was in here. Sometimes it'd be dead, but we still be in here chopping it up, talking it out. And I hope it was educational for the people who came every single day. I hope you guys learned from some of the questions and some of the people that I brought on here. And it was definitely a lot of fun for me, man, but definitely need a couple of days off to just recuperate and get myself together. Sim down, Coach. What's good? Drew Johnson, Coach. Thanks. What's going on, champ? Gerald Ramos, got your mail. Thanks. I'll reply. Thank you, Gerald, man. You were right about what you said yesterday. I'm working on it right now. But due to you giving me that heads up, man, you already know what I said in the message. Coach Anthony, what's up? What's going on, sparring? What's going on, man? How are you doing, man? How's everything? Gary Gruber said no days off 2022. Well, it's gonna be no days off, but it ain't gonna be no days off on here. I'm gonna be working, but I'm gonna be working on a lot of other stuff, man. We're gonna be doing the community. If you guys purchased a course from me, get ready for the community. You guys are gonna be added to that, and we're gonna have a lot of fun. I'm actually enlightening Eddie about it because Eddie doesn't even know about it. So when Eddie gets in here, we're gonna talk about that too, man. So it's gonna be a lot of fun, man. The boxing community is gonna be good. And guys, don't forget, man, for the 15 people in here, if you don't have a course, you have about an hour, 2 hours, hour and a half to go ahead and grab yourself a course for 75% off. I will highly appreciate it. It's supportive to the channel, supportive to me, and at the same time, you're learning something, right? I'd rather give you guys something than you guys just give me nothing for nothing. I'd rather give you something for something. You know what I'm saying? And that's it, man. But we're gonna definitely keep this going. There's more boxing coming up this weekend as well. We got Javante Davis pulling up, right? We got Devin Haney. Is Devin Haney fighting this weekend? Is that this weekend? If that's this weekend, that's another weekend of boxing, man. So I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Pitbull versus Tank. Yeah, that's definitely gonna be a good fight, man. Absolutely. Drew Johnson, yeah, I'm definitely gonna cop that. I appreciate that, man. You got yourself a little bit of time to go ahead and save some money. The courses that I got on there are phenomenal, man. I love the courses I got on there, so I already know, especially for the price, man. You're gonna love the courses when you realize what you paid for them if you get them within the next hour, for sure. Pitbull versus Tank gonna be lit, absolutely, man. I keep hearing good things about this Pitbull guy. I'm looking forward to seeing him fight. I haven't seen anything about him. We know what Tank brings to the table. We know Tank's coming to knock you out. Pitbull apparently seems to be a tough Mexican warrior who's going to come in letting his hands go. And I'm looking forward to see. I'm looking forward to see if he's the truth and if he's everything everybody's saying he is. Because we know the Tank is what he say he is. You know what I'm saying? Can't wait for the CA community. I can't wait either, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. Something new that we're testing out. You know what I mean? And that's another reason why I'm not charging for it. Part of it is because it's a test run. I want to see how everything plays out. And, I want you guys to just come in there. We're going to fill it out. We're going to see how we like it. We're going to see how we can improve it. You know what I mean? You guys are going to be with me in the beginning of this journey. So it's going to be real, raw, authentic. You guys are going to see it grow from nothing to something, right? Kind of like my courses build you from the ground up, right? You guys are going to see me build something that's nothing right now to something. And that's why, the first people who are part of anything are always the ones who get to experience some of the best moments. It was kind of like that with my gym, man. When I owned the gym, and I opened up, I didn't know anything about owning a gym, and then people were joining it. And a lot of those beginning members, man, they message me to this day and they're like, man, I remember when you first opened that gym, those are the best times. And then, of course, the gym grows and then things change and then new members come in and then old members start to filter out. And then it's just like, but the very beginnings usually like that pure, authentic, just like it's a beautiful thing, man. And I'm excited about it myself. Bill Bird, who wins Jake versus Fury? Billy! We got Billy in the building. Big shout out to Billy, man. We're gonna start bringing Billy on here so he could argue with Eddie Chambers a little bit. But I'm gonna have to say that's a pick 'em fight, Bill, because I wasn't super impressed with Tommy Fury when I seen him fight. Tommy Fury should win. But then again, you just don't know because he wasn't all that impressive. Jake Paul and him are pretty, equally matched. When Eddie comes on here, I'm actually going to ask Eddie some more because Eddie actually knows the Furies very well. So I'm actually really excited to hear Eddie's opinion on Tommy Fury versus Jake Paul. But if I had to put my last dollar, I'd probably put it on Tommy Fury just by like this much. You feel me? But it wouldn't be a bet that I'd be super super safely like, yeah, this is an easy win for Tommy Fury. Tommy Fury got that name, he got the name, the Fury, but he's not a real Fury level type fighter at all. You know what I mean? I watched him fight, was not impressed. No disrespect to him, but I just was not impressed. He looks the part though, you know what I mean? He's built, he's chiseled, but he's not really all that great, you know what I mean, in my personal opinion. You know what I mean? He's probably on the same level with Jake Paul. What does Haney do great? No shade, just curious to know. I think that he has really exceptional footwork. He has a good jab. He understands lateral movement, ring generalship. I just think that Haney knows how to box. He's a good mover. He needs to be tested, of course. So we'll just see how he does when he steps up with a guy like Jojo Diaz. Coach, I watch all your videos and the rhythm that you and Fast Eddie Chambers have. I watch Eddie's footwork and upper body rhythm. How can I get that? Oh man, well we selling that right now on the courses, you know what I'm saying? We're giving you 75% off. We're giving you 75% off if you want Eddie Chambers rhythm, you know what I mean? I'm gonna have to make a whole nother course, you know what I mean, on just the Eddie Chambers rhythm now. But all jokes aside, you just got to study guys. The guys that you like, you have to study them, and try your best to steal little nuggets here and there. And you kind of said what you're doing already. You already said it. You said that you're watching the way Eddie moves and the way I move, and you're trying to get it. And that's how you do it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, at the end of the day, I used to steal guys' stuff all the time. Like I'd be hitting the bags, and then I'd be looking at the fighter next to me, and if I like the way they move, I kind of just try to emulate. I mean, you're never fully going to be able to emulate somebody, right? But you get ideas, and then with those ideas, you kind of try to own them with your own natural. Like you don't want to be the second best of anybody, right? You don't want to be, like they say, the second best Floyd Mayweather. You want to be the first best version of you. You know what I'm saying? But you still, with that being said, that doesn't mean you don't try to learn from others. You don't try to learn what you can take from others that others do well. You know what I mean? Sometimes you learn what not to do. Man, that gym was fire. Yeah, man. I miss the gym, man. I'm not gonna lie. I definitely miss owning a gym. Or at least parts about owning a gym. You know what I'm saying? There's parts about owning a gym that I'm not crazy about. Anybody who owns a gym will tell you that owning a gym can be a bit stressful. It's not the easiest business, but at the same time, it was a beautiful place. I built a lot of camaraderie there. I met a lot of great people there. I'm still friends with a lot of people from the gym. I still watch a lot of the people who met at my gym and now they're actually friends. I've seen couples and relationships and families get built at my gym. Like, it's crazy, man. Like, the gym was definitely more than just a boxing gym. It was a place that people came to relieve stress. Uh, People would look forward to seeing each other. Like I said, couples and relationships got made out of the gym, families, kids, and everything. So the gym was definitely dope in that regard. Thoughts on Tank versus Cruz. Cruz, a come forward guy with not much head movement. Yeah, I mean, I don't know much about Cruz. I only know what I only know what the casuals know about him. I just know he's a Mexican guy that comes forward and throws a lot of punches. So I'm looking forward to see how he deals with that power that we know that he's gonna have to deal with. Hold on one second. That power that we know he's gonna have to deal with Tank Davis. We know the Tank Davis, man, when he hits you, boy, you're gonna feel it. Mr. Just Because back in the virtual building. Another big shout out to Mr. Just Because. He been here for the whole No Days Off November, almost every episode. Mr. Just Because we missed a few episodes, and trust me, we noticed when you wasn't here, champ. We noticed it. But big shout out to Mr. Just Because, man. And who would you pick in a potential matchup between Tank and Cambosis? I mean, it just depends how Tank fights, man. I think Tank could beat anybody, but the problem with Tank is he gives rounds away by trying to knock everybody out. You know what I mean? And we saw over the weekend with Teofimo Lopez what happens when you try to knock everybody out. You can't knock everybody out. You can't fall in love with your power. One of the worst things that you can do as a fighter is fall in love with your power. You fall in love with your power, and then you get away from how you get to the power, right? Like you have to remember that you have to set up the power, right? If you got a good right hand, you still got to set it up with a jab. You got a good left hook, somehow you're gonna have to set it up off a jab right hand or something like that. And when you fall in love with your power, you just look for the one punch. And when you're looking for the one punch and you're dealing with a boxer who's prepared, I think Cambosis demonstrated over the weekend that you can't knock everybody out. I mean, so, I just think that Tank Davis can beat Cambosis, but if he goes in there and he doesn't box with, with the intent to set up his power, he can lose the same way Teofimo lost. But if he sets up his power the way he's supposed to and boxes the way he's supposed to, which is stay behind a jab, stay sharp, go punch for punch as opposed to trying to just knock you out, I think that he'll be absolutely fine. And I would still pick Tank in a fight like that. Francisco, has Coach Dave ever tried to teach you kickboxing? He has, but I never was interested in kickboxing enough to really dedicate myself to learn it. He loves throwing kicks, and I'm just more about throwing punches. So you have to have the interest, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna be honest, I've never had interest in learning anything else but boxing. Boxing has only been my only interest as far as combative sports. I've thought about Muay Thai, I've thought about kickboxing, I've thought about MMA, but the moment I try it, the interest goes out the window. For me, my interest has always been just the art of hitting and not getting hit. All the other stuff is I respect it highly and respect it, a lot, but it's just not my cup of tea. I'm just a pure pugilist. And then once I became a coach, I didn't even have the interest in learning how to fight for myself much more anymore. I really became addicted to learning how to teach. So once I engrave myself in something, that's basically what I do. I just become a person who becomes obsessed with whatever I dedicate myself to, and that's what it is for me. Is all boxing. If Tia gave you a call, would you take on the job? And absolutely, I would, because I feel that Tia Fimo is a fantastic fighter. I feel like he has a skill set that I could work with. He does a lot of things that I like, and I just feel that he had a very bad game plan going into this fight. And I just think that was the main thing, man. It was just the game plan for me. You know what I mean? I just think that with a better game plan and some things that I see that he can work on, he could definitely work on some of his head movement and learning how to cut off the ring a little bit better and stuff like that. But once he gets that down, I believe that he'll be good. I remember when I did boxing from like 6 to 7, he was coming at 7 to 8 to kickboxing. I had done it for a bit. It was fun to learn a bit from that. Yeah, man. I mean, if you like it, you like it. You know what I'm saying? It's all about what you enjoy. You have to enjoy this. Like, you can't be one of these guys that, you know, when it comes to boxing or kickboxing or jujitsu, you're just doing it because you feel like you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to enjoy it. It has to be genuinely fun to you. You know what I'm saying? And if it's not genuinely fun, if you don't wake up yearning to train, then you're most likely not going to stick with it. You know what I'm saying? You have to really, really enjoy. That's why I always try to keep my programs fun. When we had the gym, yes, we were serious, but we try to keep it where it's enjoyable, where people want to show up the next day. Because if you don't show up, then you don't learn no more, right? So it has to be enjoyable. Favorite training gloves right now, as you can see, I'm wearing heavy hitters. Check heavy hitters out. They got some good gloves. Being a diehard Teal fan, it hurt to see my boy lose like that. He's much better than that. Absolutely. He's absolutely better than that. But the problem was, like I said, he went in there thinking that he was going to knock everybody out. He bullshitted. He let the mountain punch him in the stomach. Got to be focused. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Billy. Do you believe in over-the-counter supplements? If so, what do you recommend or use? It just depends what you're looking to do, man. I'm not really gonna recommend anything, you know what I'm saying? But it just depends on what you're looking to do. That's the main thing. So, uh, yeah. At the end of the day, it just depends on what you're looking to do. You know what I'm saying? Dive bomb, coach. I just slipped down the stairs. I hope you all right, champ. Thanks. No problem. No problem. Why did Tio keep getting caught with that left hook all night? What's your breakdown on it? I can't remember. I can't remember the left hook. I felt like it was the jab and the overhand right that kept landing on Tio all night. He kept getting jabbed because he was walking forward without punching, and then he kept getting caught with the overhand right because he keeps his lead hand down. And he kept getting hit over the top with the right, where he wasn't dipping it, he wasn't doing anything. But as far as the left hook, I don't remember the left hook being a prominent weapon all night long. I'm sure he got hit with it quite a bit, but it was more the overhand right and the jab from my recollection. Bro, Tio was catching that overhand right with his head. Yeah, so Gary Gruber noticed the overhand right also. Has a random person ever went to your gym acting big body and wanted to fight anybody and like how you see in some videos? Not too aggressively. I've had guys come to the gym with like a little bit of arrogance and they usually get humbled. I've never had nobody come to the gym and actually uh disrespect anybody to that degree. But I have had some guys come in a little bit arrogant, and luckily I was always in a position that I had somebody that could humble them. And that's typically what I would do. If you came to the gym and you was acting a little bit too, a little spicy, I got somebody for you. Don't worry about it. You know what I mean? And luckily I was always equipped with somebody, you know what I'm saying? And there's been a time or two where I had to get in the ring and beat at somebody. Coach Anthony, how do you feel about trainer being involved in the press air? I'm not sure what you mean, champ. How do you feel about a trainer being involved in the press air? Like like Tiafimo and Danny Garcia's father. I don't have a problem with it. It's really up to that particular circle how they want to handle it. I mean, it can be a little bit arrogant, it can be a little bit frustrating to listen to sometimes, but remember what the old saying, uh, all attention is good. You rather have attention for somebody not liking you than have no attention at all. So, you know, for the people who didn't like Tiafimo's dad and the people who didn't like Danny Garcia's dad because they were a little bit over vocal, it still got you talking about them. It still got you paying attention to the fights. So you rather have some attention than no attention because if nobody's paying attention to you, then you can't sell no tickets. But if you are being talked about, then people are going to say, I don't like his father. I don't like him. I don't like him or whatever. Then what ends up happening is you're that cool guy that everybody likes, but nobody's paying attention to. And we're not in the business to be liked. We're in the business to make money. We got the one and only. Damn, Eddie, look at that. Look at that. We got the fastest guy. What's going on, Eddie? Your connection look a little bad, though. I ain't gonna lie.
It does, my bad, man. I guess I'm in a bad spot.
Yeah, you're in a bad spot. What's going on, though?
I'm good, man. What's up with y'all? What y'all got going
Man, this is
on?
no day.
Not looking-
Yeah, you're a little choppy right now.
My
You
bad.
are a little choppy, Eddie.
My
Where's your
shot.
usual
You
where's your usual spot at?
some. I got a mobile situation. You know what I mean? How about now?
It's a little bit better. How y'all seeing Eddie? How y'all seeing Eddie over there? How y'all seeing Eddie over there on y'all half? Because on my end, Eddie's looking a little bit choppy right now.
Let me see. Let me do something real quick. Trying to figure out. I'm trying to find the right place. How about now? It's better because this is where I
Somebody said Eddie's over his data plan.
Hey man, damn. Who said that shit? Oh,
Eddie he need Wi-Fi.
he need Wi-Fi. That's cool. It's that Comcast, man. They be messing around with it.
2004
2004.
computer.
Yeah, I got 5G. I don't know what y'all motherfuckers talking about. I got 5G over here. What you saying? maybe it's y'all phone, all of y'all.
So yo, Eddie, man, this is the last day of No Days Off November. I went on live every single day. Oh, look, now you're starting to clear up now. There you go. See, he had
That's
to
what
go
I'm
to his
talking about.
he had to go to his normal spot. You see the curtain in the back? That's his normal spot right there. You know what I'm saying?
Don't say what I think you're trying to say, Aunt. Please don't bring that up. Please.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the last day of No Days Off November, so I figured it'd be really good to have you, you know what I mean, just finish out. Yo, let's talk about real quick. Well, first, guys, don't forget the CA Black Friday sale is on and popping. We have a little bit more time. 75% off. Eddie, tell the people who don't have the how to box on the inside and how to box on the outside course what your thoughts on
Yo,
them are.
it's a how-to, and it's a how-to for any fighter. I want to say almost at any level. Obviously, elite guys, you know, don't necessarily 100% need it, but they could use it because it refreshes your memory on certain things that you didn't think about, and even touches on certain things that I never thought about, to be honest. And we like even think about this, and I don't want to. You know what? I don't even want to say it. And I was going to say something, but I ain't going to say it. But there's like I said, I'll say this. There's something in there that most people never even thought about. Even elite guys don't even really think about to talk about. You know what I mean? When it comes to boxing on the inside. So like, and then, the outside too, obviously. Well, obviously the outside, there's so much you can learn from it. There's so many things that we went over that I didn't even think about. Certain things that I even do, right? That I didn't even think that I did or even thought about it really even shed light on sometimes. It's just incredible what you can learn from watching one of these videos, even from me. And I'm sitting there and we're just bouncing ideas off each other. And that's when you got two elite level guys when we're talking about boxing teaching, going back and forth. It's just so much stuff shakes out. You know what I mean? So it's going to be it's an awesome buy. If you purchase it, you made a very good decision to purchase. Seriously, and I'm not just saying that to get you to purchase it, for real.
No,
It's real.
It's the truth, and I actually rushed it to get it out for Black Friday, which is crazy to me because those are courses that I didn't want to put on a deal, but I was actually watching it. I was actually watching it myself, right?
Picking up stuff.
I had to get the last minute editing, and I caught
Mhm.
myself in a zone watching the course. And typically, I'm like you don't like watching your old fights. You don't like to really watch old interviews. I'm the same way. Like I don't sit there watching my YouTube videos. I don't. After it gets done, chopped up, and it goes, I never look at it again. Sometimes I forget that I even said that or did that.
Yeah.
I'm watching this particular course and I'm just zoned out, learning from myself. I swear to God, bro. I'm like, how am I learning
real.
myself watching the course? It was like we were just on that day. Like that
Yeah.
day, it was just like
Bouncing off.
everything off the brain was like sharp.
Mm-hmm.
So guys, I just want to ask you that real quick because that's some of my favorite work that we've done together was the how to box from the outside, how to box from the inside. I mean, it's really hard to compete with all the other stuff, right? The angles and how to create them, how to set traps and counter punch, the Philly shell. All things are obviously a preference, but those two particular courses, man, the fact that they're on sale for like another hour and a half for 75% off. But anyway, enough trying to be a salesman. Let's talk about Tyson Fury's brother. The hell is his name? What's the Fury kid name? Your boy, the one who's fighting Tommy Fury. Tommy Fury versus Jake Paul without being biased as a Tyson Fury, affiliate. You know what I mean? We know your relationship with them guys is very difficult for you to, not be loyal and always root for them. But at the end of the day, how do you see that fight going? Damn, lost steady.
We good? We back?
Kind of. You're like you was looking real clear, and then you started to like again. Yeah.
So are we good now? Let me see.
Yeah. You're kind of good. Yeah.
Okay. Well, not to be biased, but anytime a real fighter's getting in with a non-real fighter, and I'm not disrespecting Jake Paul, I'm just stating the obvious. I feel like there's certain things and certain points that he's had to deal with in training and in his life and his career, and then being associated with, the Fury family and how they train. I know firsthand how they train, and there's not one person that I think will train even any harder than they have. I'm really being honest. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's some hardworking teams out there, no doubt about it. Real professional level dudes, but these dudes work unreal, and I did not expect it because I thought I was the hardest working heavyweight out there, but I've learned that I wasn't when I went over there. So, I just think that the way they are and him being involved with Peter and Tyson and just in general, and his dad, that right there is a leg up. And he's a real fighter. I mean, he's had real fights. I'm not saying that Jake Paul and all these guys don't get any credit.
Hold on. I think how many pro fights does he have?
Yeah, well, I don't know, but they're pro fights, regardless. Even if he fought a can out the street, out of the bar.
Paul had pro fights.
Are they?
They're technically pro fights.
Are they pro fight? But are they pro boxing matches?
Well, his last fight Tyrone Woodley. His last fight. Would you argue that Tyrone Woodley's better than anybody Tommy Fury fought as a pro?
I'm not. I gotta watch it. Honestly, I seen him hurt Jake Paul, and maybe he might be.
I'm talking about resume. Like when Jake Paul pulls his resume out and he says, "Well, I fought Tyrone Woodley." Who did you fight, Tommy Fury? Would you say that Tyrone Woodley, being an ex-UFC fighter, is a bigger name than anybody Tommy Fury has fought as a pro?
How many fights did Tyrone Woodley have as a boxer?
Zero.
Exactly. Most of the guys. Don't get me wrong, and I respect Tyrone Woodley, and I think if there had been ain't been too much salt or whatever they put in the game to keep him from taking advantage of that knockout, the opportunity he had with Jake Paul, we'd be talking a whole different story right now. But I'm not gonna disrespect the guys too much. I mean, I think what they're doing is they're shedding light on boxing. So I'm kind of happy in the sense that this is happening because more people are paying attention to boxing now. More people want to watch boxing now because of these types of things. And they got a lot of followers. They got a lot of people paying attention. So I'm not totally upset about it. However, if Tommy is able to go in there, there's no contract stipulations to go in there and just fight, I think he's gonna go in there. I think he's gonna walk him. I think he's gonna get him out of there. Not getting. I don't say get him out of there. I'm not guaranteeing a knock or anything, but I think he will win the fight for sure. No, as a serious fighter.
I saw something like on TikTok or something saying that it was in the contracts that you couldn't knock Jake Paul out.
You can't, like they had a no knockout clause.
And how can you have that in the contract? Because, how is that even possible to predict? Remember when we were in the gym and you sparred that kid? I'm not gonna say his name. and you knocked him out with 16-ounce gloves. Matter of fact, you had 18-ounce gloves. You knocked the kid out. I think you did a shoulder roll and you came back with the uppercut, I think it was. Remember?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
I wish I could forget that shit, but I remember.
I'm not gonna say his name because we don't do that, but you knocked out this, and when you knocked him out, you were trying to save him on the way down as you knocked him out because you didn't mean to knock him out. You were just literally, you just turned the shoulder and went boop, and the shot back. I still got the video. Y'all want to see the video? We'll charge you for it. It'll be a couple $1,000 for that video.
This guy, yo.
We'll charge you for the video. Nah, but
listen,
on your aside,
that happens.
You knocked him out by accident with a headgear on. So how do you
that's what I'm saying.
How do you put in a contract you can't knock a guy out? How do you even predict that?
You can't. I guess in the contract, if there's an opportunity for a knockout, you can't go for it because as you've seen with Tyron Woodley hitting and buzzed him, he kind of let off the gas. He didn't go and take advantage of it. He probably wanted to, but he probably just couldn't. You know what I'm saying? And that's in the contract. Like, yo, if you want to get this money, you ain't knocking him out. And that's just how it is. And I mean, look, at the end of the day, it's like, I mean, there's been I mean, this is really not that big of a is there, and then they want to. If that's the case, man, you got to go in there, and if you get caught, you get caught. You know what I'm saying? That's what boxing is. You know what I mean? It's a risk. Anytime you go in there, you're risking your life and limb. Anything can happen. You know what I mean?
Say that last point again, Eddie, because you're getting a little bit choppy.
I was getting choppy, my bad. I was saying, man, look, if you're a real fighter, you know what I mean? It's a risk. Anytime you fight, it's a risk. You risk you risk losing, you risk getting hurt. All of these things are risk. And you know what I mean? The fighters really can't put in a contract whether you can't knock me out. That's not real.
I saw that on TikTok. I saw that on TikTok. I don't know if it's factual. You know, TikTok.
We don't know,
but we don't know. I don't know if it's factual. But if it is,
that's crazy. And wouldn't that tell you something about the Tyron Woodley situation? Tell you a lot about it. It tell you right there. He could have probably got him out of there, but he just didn't, or he could at least try to.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's very weird. It's very weird. I feel like I don't know, man. It's hard to tell with this whole Jake Paul thing. People are actually talking about it, though. People are excited about this fight.
Oh, yeah, because look, man, look how many followers. Look, that's why I actually do not mind them because they're doing something really for boxing, seriously. Like, I know the hardcore fans, the boxing fans, people who like boxing and just, you know, like watching certain fights or whatever, are always going to support the big ones. You know what I mean? They're always going to be around for that. Then there's always going to be ones that are going to be around just for boxing in general because they love the sport. But what these guys are doing is these guys are bringing attention from the lay fans, the ones that just like want to just, let's watch a fight just because. You know what I mean? But now it's Jake Paul. Oh, we know these guys. These are big internet personalities. Yeah, we want to watch them. We want to follow them. You understand what I'm saying? So now they're getting those fans to see real fighters. So now they're seeing real fighters and understand, oh, okay, I like this guy. Oh, this guy can fight. Oh, I want to watch him next time. When is he fighting again? That kind of thing. So as bad as most people look at it, like, this sideshow bull crap with this Triller bull crap, is still giving us an opportunity to have more eyes on us. You know what I mean? So if you're a talented dude and you're a good fighter and you're an exciting guy and a person that doesn't really watch boxing sees you like, yo, I like that guy. Then all of a sudden they start watching it. You know what I mean? Other athletes, other, you know, actors, actresses, all, you know, whoever, they come out to the fights. They kind of come out to these type of things because it's interesting. You know what I'm saying? It's got somebody who comes across to the people well. They got such a big following. So it's great. I'm not mad at what they're doing in that regard, because it gets more eyes on the sport.
Right. Yeah. I don't mind it either. It's just crazy to me when I'm finding out the guys are able to put in contracts that they can't knock out this guy and they can't knock out that guy. That's crazy. Like, if that's true, I don't even know. Like I said, I don't even know how you control that. You know what I mean?
You can't. It's just like Mike Tyson said. He's like, man, they put them, or Mike Tyson, one of them was saying it when they was talking about the fight. It's like, man, you could put we don't want to knock each other out or it's an exhibition and all that crap on paper, but as soon as we get in there and start throwing punches, it's going to be throwing punches. I don't see how you can stop somebody, like throwing a punch. There was a video out. I think it's out. Mike Tyson was sparring with Corey Sanders, but it was like sparring on TV. Like it was, they had headgear on. Well, Corey Sanders had headgear on, and Mike caught him with a right hand and knocked him out and caught him and held him up. And he acted like it was just, kind of going with the flow. But he clearly knocked the guy out and caught him and then went back to like kind of sparring or whatever. Let him get himself together. They were sparring basically with headgear. It was like a sparring session. I think they had big gloves on and everything. If I could see the people saying, well, I don't think it's fair, you know what I mean, seeing these other people having real fights, and then Jake and Logan Paul or whatever getting in there fighting these guys with no knockout clauses. So it's basically like what Tyson did. You know what I mean? One of them catches one of the guys on the chin with a shot, knocks him out basically and holds him up. You know what I'm saying? That's not really boxing. That's what you do in the gym. That's training. You know what I'm saying? That's not real. That's not a real fight. A real fight is if I hurt you and buzz you, I'm getting you out of there because we don't get paid for overtime. That's real fight. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not, like I said, I'm not mad at what they're doing. Keep doing what you do, but that's a different lane. That is a total different lane than what we do. You understand what I'm saying? That's a total different lane. There ain't no knockout clauses in fights that I had. If I didn't get knocked out, it's because I was good enough not to get knocked out. I made sure I paid attention. I kept my defensive principles in line. You know what I'm saying? Other than that,
let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question for all the people who are watching this. Mm-hmm. This is a good Q&A. When you're fighting those big fighters, right? You fought guys, obviously, that were twice your size in some instances. Mm-hmm. What is the mentality to not only win against a guy that much bigger, the approach, but what is also the mentality to just not get knocked out against a guy that much bigger? Because, like I said, most fighters, we're used to boxing. Like me, I only fought as an amateur, so everybody was my weight. You know what I'm saying?
But still, that's still.
We had a 5-pound gap at that. When you fought as a professional, as a heavyweight, and you got a guy like Samuel Peters in front of you, or you had a guy like Demetrenko in front of you, and these kind of guys, Klitschko, obviously, what's the mentality to not get knocked out? Like, what's going through your head, Eddie? I need to know.
Well, thank God for my and no.
You're frozen a little bit. I need the answer to this one, so you got to clear up for this one.
Okay. You ready for me? You good? You good now?
Ready. Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I thank God for my dad in that, because he made sure that I was defensively sound before I went in there. He always say, like, man, I don't want to go into the ring with my heart in my mouth and my throat, worried about you being able to defend yourself out there. So one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that you don't give a shit about punches coming at you because you can handle it. So I did that work on my way up, and I always got in there with the toughest, best, strongest, fastest, best competition you could find in the gym at any level and at every level.
Hold on, let's rewind. Let's take it back a step. Mm-hmm. Your dad said that he wanted to make sure you were prepared defensively for anything that was put in front of you, but then at the same time, you were thrown in there with the wolves. You were thrown in there with the killers, the guys that can really hurt you. At what point were you thrown in there? Were you thrown in there before you developed these skills, or were you honed these skills years before he started to throw you in there?
Let me tell you something, man. There was this dude, and a shout out to him. I'm gonna give him a shout out, my man, Timmy Williamson, back in the day. He taught me how to fight southpaws. You know how he taught me how to fight southpaw? By beating my ass every single time I sparred with him. And we talk about 3 times a week, 3-4 times a week sometimes. We talk about, like, I had to spar him in the morning, and then I had to spar other dudes that were basically at my level, or they were supposed to be at my level, but they end up being below me because of him. I'm kicking there. That's twice a day sparring. Listen, I didn't have a choice, bro. I had to do this and not to mention, I started this at 15 years old. 14, 15 years old, getting thrown into the fire. I have never experienced as a fighter, like being in a position where I'm so much better than the guy and just took advantage of him. I've never had that. I've always been fighting up until I got to obviously where I was an elite level fighter. I was always fighting up or training up. Anybody I was sparring with was at a higher level than me or supposed to be at a higher level than me. If I got the better of them, it was just because of constantly sharpening my tools. And and like I said, it was learning on a job, bro. I didn't just
because you speak relatively. I mean, you speak fantastic, not relatively well. You speak fantastic. You speak, if not better than most people who's never fought before. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Your brain is obviously intact. You're still sharp. You don't seem busted up. I understand the professional career because you already had that ingrained in you from when you was an amateur. But what you're telling me is at 15 years old, you're already getting thrown in there. Were you getting busted up in the gym, or were you just a natural at blocking, pulling, slipping? Because I feel like what you're saying is a good analogy, but at the same time can be detrimental. We've seen so many guys in Philadelphia, you know them as well as I do, that are punch drunk by the time they're 2-0. They're punch drunk sometimes before they even go pro. They're already punch drunk because they've been getting hit so much in the gym. So you obviously didn't have this happen to you. So what's the difference? What makes you different? Is it genetics? Is it that you were taught really young? Is it because you just naturally were good at not getting hit? What is it?
It's constantly you got me? We good?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. It's being in the gym constantly. It was the no days off November for my entire life, basically. That's how it was for me. There was days I would spar. I mean, I would train 7 days a week, spar 6 of them. You know what I'm saying? It was just, he felt obviously.
But how are you not punch drunk? Is my point.
Because
I get how you develop the skills.
Yeah,
how are you not punch drunk?
Because that was one of the first things I learned aside from footwork, was defending myself, was putting my hands up and not taking unnecessary punishment. So even when I'm in there at 15 years old, I was only maybe less than a year in, or maybe about a year in. I still had enough defensive fundamentals to where I don't care what I was facing. I'm going to be okay. I'm not going to get knocked out in the gym. I'm not going to get knocked out anywhere. It's funny. There was a guy I fought back in the day by the name of another guy. I'm a shout out, one of my old rivals, but he was a good dude. His name was Jim Northey, right? I fought him like 3 times or 4 times and only lost to him 3 times. I want to say that I really didn't lose to him 3 times, but whatever. We ain't talking about the decision.
3 times?
Bro, listen, there's so many losses that you have in that.
3 times.
Yes, he beat me 3 times.
And then Chambers 3 times, bro. I don't believe you.
Yeah, let me tell you, he beat me 3 times, bro. And I mean, I'd say at least two of those times were questionable. Let's just say that. In the one-on-one was anyway, but we ain't going to that. But he said one time, he's like, man, I used to hate fighting you because it seemed like you block every punch. It's like no matter what, every punch I threw, you would block it. Even if I was putting my hand out to touch you, you would block it. And this is the thing. Back then, that was just how it was. Every time, if you came to me in the street playing around and put your hand up to throw a jab at me, I'm blocking the jab. Same thing with the left hook. Same thing with the right hand. Whatever.
There's a video that we did that somebody made that comment, because it was actually where you slip outside my jab and come back with the cross. And I was saying something and I went like this, but I wasn't looking at you. I was looking at the camera because I was just demonstrating, and you could see yourself go like you still did like a pull, ready to pull the shot.
To throw the shot.
Even though you knew that it wasn't a threatening situation, it was still ingrained in you to be like, nope. You know what I mean?
Nope. Yep. And that's it. See, that's the thing. That's what I don't understand. Like, I watch fighters, I watch fighters, like even high-level pro guys, and I just watch them sometimes sit there and just let punches hit them. I'm like, dog, you don't get paid for that. Like, what are you doing? I mean, you get paid, but you're supposed to not get hit. You're not supposed to let somebody punch you in the face. I understand you want to be exciting, and that's fine and everything. But if it's an exhibition and y'all not really throwing that full blast, yeah, that's okay. But if somebody trying to take your fucking head off with these little gloves on and big punching dudes, especially the big dudes that I fought, hell no. You ain't touching me unless you are not literally going to put your hand on me for any reason. I'm not, if I can make you miss the entire fight and not touch me, that's how I felt.
You're one of the few guys that can do that. Hey, for the people in the chat that don't know, man, I used to, especially around 2014, 15, Eddie was training at my gym pretty regularly, and he would spar all the time. He'd bring it. Yeah. We bring in different work for Eddie from all over. And I remember, Eddie, you would do that inside slip, bro. Like, you'd be on the ropes like this, and you'd be like, whoop. And yo, you did that inside slip. And guys, that inside slip is like a cardinal sin, as much as Eddie would never get caught, even though that inside slip wasn't something that I would recommend. Eddie never got caught. Remember, Eddie? It was like
yo, it's crazy. That's true.
When you inside slip the jab, you're lining up for the cross.
Yep, for the right hand.
Yeah, but you would inside slip it to the point where they don't even want to throw the cross because they swore they were going to hit you with the jab. So they would throw that jab at Eddie, and Eddie would inside slip it, and they would freeze because they'd be like, did I just miss this motherfucker with a jab? Like, he's right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to watch you do that shit to everybody, bro.
You know, my dad, it's funny, bro. My dad used to tell me, like, I want you to be able to slip shots, like with your hands down and have the confidence. Like if I threw a jab at you with barehanded, threw a jab at you, you could just slip it, boom, boom. And I used to always think about that shit. I was like, man, so I practiced, you just practice different things, and it became a part of my arsenal. It was like anytime somebody would throw a jab, I would catch a lot of them. I would have them so uncertain that it was going to land that even if they thought they might be able to land it, or just throwing it just for any reason, that they would throw it and sometimes not even really believe in it, and it would come easy to my face, and I slip it literally within inches. It was just like something you can time. It's just over time. When you spend years upon years of doing something, man, and it's over and over and over and over, it becomes like it literally becomes you. You know what I mean? And that's the difference between like amateur and professional. You know what I'm saying? When you start off as an amateur, you learn things, and you're gaining information, you're downloading the info that you need to step to the next level. And then once you turn pro and they take the headgear off, well, back then they take the headgear off, now they're doing it now. They take the headgear off and the gloves are smaller, and the guys are stronger and tougher, except for the first 10 fights for most guys. And you have to and then your records reset to 0-0. So guess what? Now you got to win every fight because everything's so predicated. So it's so important to be undefeated. So it's like, man, every fight matters. There's not a situation where you go into a fight like, man, if I lose this one, it's all right. My seed is going to be fine. I'll still be the number one seed, like in basketball or like in football. Ain't no seeding like that in boxing. You know what I mean? You have to win at all costs every time you fight. So that's what really drives you to become the best fighter you could possibly be.
Yeah, man. And that's why, repetition is key, man. Like somebody asked me the other day about my defensive principles 101 course. They were like, how do you recommend I use this? I'm like, listen, you could take it because you're in that video with me, the defensive principles 101, right? So, we cover like everything for defense on there. And well, at least for the basics, let's just keep it simple. We cover all the fundamentals of the defense. You can take one piece of that course and drill that shit
over and over
for forever, basically. Yeah. And you will see, that's what people don't understand about boxing. They want to learn 1,000 moves, but they don't want to work one move 1,000 times, right? Kind of like that Bruce Lee, if right now we're working on slipping a jab, we can just keep drilling that, and then we can eventually get better at drilling it. So I might throw that jab a little faster. Eddie got to slip a little faster. You know what I'm saying? Eddie might have to step back and catch a little faster. Whatever line of defense that we're using, because there's more than one line of defense, right? You got your head movement, you got your feet, and of course you can block shots. That's 3 lines of defense right there. And you can use whichever one. And in those 3 lines of defenses, there's like 10 or 12 different ways you can utilize those.
Oh yeah.
And you can really just take one at a time and drill and drill and drill and drill. And this isn't an overnight gig. I mean, Eddie, you've been a professional boxer. No. You never technically retired. So what? We're year 20. What year are we in now?
We 22.
Just
I think. Year 22.
Just as a professional.
Just as a pro. Yeah.
22 years, Eddie is a professional. We're not even talking about his amateur background. So we go ahead and add your amateur background in there. How many years?
26, 25, 26.
26-year boxing veteran. We're on the chat with right now. You know what I mean? Because I've been involved with this for over 20 years, and you've been doing this longer than me. You know what I'm saying?
You know, it's the crazy thing is, my amateur career was only 4 years, but the amount of fights and the amount of sparring and the amount of information that I pulled in 4 years was enough for me to turn pro and fight at a high level. So that's letting you know that even though that was only 4 years, it was more like 10, because I did a lot of work as an amateur.
But you know, it also had to do with you having a very strict father who forced you to do that. You know what I mean? That was something I wish I had. I didn't have a father to wake me up in the morning and say, "Oh, you ain't got a choice." I had choices, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes having no choice, like you said, that goes back to the analogy of the hard sparring. When you have no choice but to slip that punch, or you're gonna get knocked out. When you have no choice but to block that shot, or you're gonna get knocked out. All of a sudden, those skills get attained a little bit faster than when you know you don't have nothing to worry about.
Fucking 300 million, a billion%. Because I'm telling you, there's a different world. That's why I said about the Jake Paul situation, bro. Like, if you know you're gonna be all right, you ain't got to worry as much. If you don't, it's a different world altogether.
Right. That's why I'm on the fence. That's why I'm on the fence with the hard sparring and the easy sparring. I believe that the easy sparring is needed because it builds the confidence. But then you got to bring the hard sparring in because you need somebody. You need to find out if this person really wants to do this. Like, you really want to do this? Okay, well, I'm about to put somebody in front of you that's about to whoop your ass, and if you don't, that's on you. And that's when we find out if a guy really wants to. And a lot of the times, 9 times out of 10, those guys don't come back. And the ones that do come back, those are the ones that become good fighters. You know what I'm saying? Those are the ones that are special ones. Yeah, the national champions, the professionals. I've had my fair share of guys who came back, but I've had a lot more that didn't come back. You know what I'm saying? I can tell you that right now.
That scale is gonna be tipping the other way for 100%.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yo, Coach Ant-Man, I'll do anything, man. You tell me to do it, I'll do it. Eddie, how many guys have you seen me train that never came back?
Oh my gosh, too many to even mention.
And not only not come back, I used to protect them. They didn't even know I was protecting them. I was actually matching them easy, and they didn't come back.
Still didn't come back.
You feel what I'm saying?
I'm trying to tell you. Look, this sport, you find out so much about yourself when you get involved in this. There is no question that this brings either the best out in you, the toughest out in you, or the girl. I don't even want to say the girl because some girls are tougher than men, but the cur out in you. You understand what I'm saying? And I've seen guys who were supposed to be tougher than me. I ain't never coming back. I ain't coming back. They ain't say that, but you ain't never seen them again. And then you got a little dude like, little dude like me, but you got me who never was really in those fights. I wasn't really that bad apple. I wasn't really the thought of tough guy, and I'm outlasting everybody. You know what I'm saying? I could take a punch. I can give a punch. I'm there all night. That kind of thing. And these dudes quitting and shit.
Look who popped in the chat, man. Our dark-skinned brother.
Yo.
Mo LaWall.
Yo, this dude. Hey, listen.
That's King Mo, ladies and gentlemen. The world King Mo, Bellator, I was gonna say UFC, Bellator,
Bellator.
dark skin assassin. Nobody could fuck with King Mo. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, King Mo's a fool, yo. Hey, listen, I'm telling you, I'll fight in that shit, bro. I ain't tripping. Like, look, I told you, I ain't got nothing against that Triller shit. I'm with it. Let's go.
Yo, I heard they got a triangle ring, yo. Yo,
I don't
Mo,
know about
what
that
you
shit.
know about the triangle ring? Yo, listen, yo, Mo, I'm putting a link in there. Get in here, Mo. Talk to us about that triangle ring. I heard there's
What
a
is that?
triangle ring, somebody was telling me.
That's different. Like, I never heard of that before.
Imagine that.
Yo. Well, let's get Mo in here, man, because I gotta get ready. I gotta go.
Look
I
at
gotta.
that, yo.
Hey, listen. Hey, Ant, let me tell
Get
you.
out of here.
Hey, Ant, man, remember we was talking about the what's the name? Nah, I don't want nothing. I don't want no problems with King Mo, man. I'm good. I like my arms and legs and shit. I ain't. If we talk about boxing, I still don't want to, because he might have a flashback and then tackle me and put me in like one of them holds and shit. I'm good.
Yeah,
I ain't been working on my jujitsu enough.
Whipping Mo ass. Mo gonna pick you up and slam the shit out of you.
Yeah, I'm good. I don't want that. I don't want that shit.
I ain't gonna lie, Mo look like a sore loser like that too. Like if you start whipping his ass, he'll just do some like wow, boom.
Listen, I'm like, yo, what you doing? Like, this is supposed to be boxing. He's like,
Mo, you just I know Mo would do like that.
Yo, this nigga, he really fucking came on here with that shit. Hey,
yo, he showed his face today.
Hey, what's good, man? What's good, Mo?
Check this out. I know Nike Eddie's scared of fighting that Thriller Triad combat card.
Fuck that shit. I don't care about that.
The triangle.
I'll fight in that shit.
8-ounce gloves, though. 8-ounce gloves.
I don't give a fuck about 8-ounce gloves. I fought with 10s, bro.
You can grab. Hey, Pull-Up did it. He looked good.
Oh yeah?
Yeah,
I don't mind.
Pull-Up smashed our boy. It was bad. He smashed Frank Mir.
I seen it.
It was bad.
Beat Frank Mir. Yeah, I seen that.
Bad.
Hey, listen.
You can grab. Call out Cunningham. Call out good U.S. Cunningham.
That's Eddie's boy, man.
Like, yeah, because Eddie gets stopped by him. Too dark. Way too dark. Hey, he's too dark.
Hey, listen, bro. I ain't light skinned. So let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are.
I ain't light skinned, bro. Like, listen, I'm brown skinned. I just got some of the light skinned stuff around me, but I ain't quite there. Feel me? Hey, listen, you ain't that dark yourself, Mo. What you talking about?
I'm dark.
Hey, yo, Mo looking a little light skinned today. He looking
you must have been in that
white shirt. It's the white shirt.
No, hell no. I ain't giving you that pass on that shit.
Right now, listen, you light skinned, y'all got Errol Spence, y'all got Shakur Stevenson, y'all got Tank. So and maybe Canelo, and Canelo's half. Yeah, I'll give him half.
That's true.
So we're in the game right now.
So what we saying? So that means
But they're trained by stellar dark-skinned coaches. The problem with the dark-skinned fighters now, they're trained other than Bud Crawford. They're trained by light-skinned coaches, man. So they got soft.
But you gonna say Bud's dark? That's why.
Yeah, but yeah, dark excellence.
Why you gotta Hey, listen. Let me tell you something. I never been accused of being light skinned until now. I don't know where this shit come from, bro. Hey, you ain't even that dark. You ain't that much darker than me, Mo.
Is Eddie Chambers light skin or dark skin? We're gonna solve this once and for all. In the chat, is Eddie Chambers dark skin or light skin?
Don't look at the hair right now. Don't look at the hair. Don't let that fool you.
Can you dunk?
Bro. Who, me?
Can you dunk? Yeah.
Not right now, but I used to be able to. What you talking about?
No, he's light skinned. White men can't jump. White men can't jump.
Now he gonna say light men can't jump. You look at that. Look at that. Dark. What you saying?
Light skin.
Oh, why you gonna say light skin, bro? Like I ain't light. Look at me. That's what I'm talking about. See, they know.
Oh, but he's white.
He's white.
Drake too. Drake. That's the Drake. Real funny.
But Eddie kind of light skin.
Come on, man.
Pull it away.
No, ain't no pulling away. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, come on. Derek, hold on, wait.
Yeah, true.
Okay,
True.
okay. All right.
Yeah,
All right, good, Doris. Listen.
Brown.
Okay, see?
Man,
I'm
mental
right, bro.
alchemist tripping.
That's real.
He must have drank
Brown.
the bad
So what's
potions.
Brown?
Hold up. I'm waiting for that. Brown.
No, but man, he's white. Filipino skin,
Filipino.
yes.
I don't
Yep.
know what-
Pacquiao.
Come on, man.
Then Pacquiao.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. This motherfucker said Pacquiao. Hey, listen, I'm telling you, bro. Like, you know what? The problem is I've been in the house. I'm in the north. If I was in the south, bro, I'd be your complexion, Mo.
No, you wouldn't.
I'd be Indian. I'm trying to tell you.
First of all, if you was outside, your perm would, you know what I'm saying, your hair would look straight. You got perm. Yeah, he rock
Yo.
S curl, Hawaiian silky.
You know what?
Or is it
He talking that shit because he got a baldy. I guarantee you his hair grow out is curly. I don't even want to hear it.
No,
Hey, listen.
exactly. But
No, it ain't.
Indian,
Motherfucker, don't be lying and shit. Yeah.
Indian. They killing you right now.
Indian.
Wait, Indian with the feather or the dot? You know what I'm saying? Which was Indian, Native American?
No, because the dot.
Right? So
They're dark. So don't,
yeah.
but they're dark. What you talking about? Man, Indian, the ones with the dot?
No,
they're dark for white people.
They're dark for white, but they're not dark for black.
Yeah, come on, bro. Hey, look at my skin, man. Look at my skin. I got light in the back, so that's kind of like.
Hey, light skin Eddie. You know, India, considered Aryan, right? Yeah, this one dude from India. Look it up. He sued the Aryan nation to be considered part of the Aryan nation.
What?
Straight up on everything. Look it up.
As dark as they are, they're talking about Aryan.
Guess so. The hair goes straight like yours. Your hair goes straight. You got perm. That's why it's curly. You got perm. That's why it's curly. Let me put some water on it. It goes straight. You got that Hector Camacho curly Q right there too.
Oh, come on. Why is he killing me? Dog, I am.
You don't like light-skinned people deep down, bro. You
hate us. Why would I say us? My fault. You hate light-skinned people. No, what's wrong with you, Mom?
No, Coach Anthony part light skinned. We know he's Haitian.
Nah, Ant's light skinned, bro.
Nah,
Ant, you gonna say it right here. Huh?
Ant Baptiste. Coach Anthony Baptiste. Y'all that's the last name.
Coach is Page.
Hey man, let me ask y'all something. Real talk. So Tiafimo ain't gonna do nothing from here on out. If he's going to 140, he's gonna get dealt with. He ain't beating Richards Prograis. He ain't beating Taylor.
You don't think he could beat Taylor?
Man, no.
That's tough. Taylor's tough.
Taylor is good. He got dog in him too.
I think Tiafimo's supposed to just take that rematch, man, because I think he fought the wrong fight. I think he could win that fight.
Man, look, if he's having a hard weight cut, he's gonna have the same outcome. Because think about this. When he fought Lomachenko, he started strong, but rounds 7 and on up, he was struggling. He was laboring.
He came back in the 12th, though. I give him that.
But do you think it was the weight cut, or do you think it was the adjustment that Lomachenko started to make?
I think it was the weight cut, too. I think it was both.
I think it was both, for sure. Yeah. I think it was more Lomachenko than the weight cut, but I think the weight cut did maybe have something to do with it.
The reason I think is I can't say it's more Lomachenko, because it was more Lomachenko. Lomachenko when he lost the 12th round and got hurt the 12th round and got beat up the 12th round. He got touched up the 12th round. So I'm thinking maybe Tiafimo was holding back, you know what I'm saying, trying to save up something strong to finish strong.
The reason why I don't think that is because he took too much of a beating in a couple of those rounds, because he looked like he was about to get stopped. And I think it was the 10th or 9th or 10th. Tiafimo did when Lomachenko started turning that shit up.
He got tired. I'm gonna get stopped. Yeah, busted.
Nah, he was getting busted up, bro. He was taking a lot of punches. Like, and I was more punches than you ever seen him take.
No, wrong.
Rewatch that 10th.
I don't remember him getting to the point where I thought he was gonna get stopped, Eddie.
What I was thinking was it was getting to the point where
he was unraveling, but not getting stopped. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Nakatani got touched up versus Nakatani.
Who's that?
Cambosis, really, the Japanese dude.
Oh yeah.
And then Cambosis really touched him up from combos. Cambosis is too fast for him. Speed is different.
You talking about
I think Devin Haney. I think Devin Haney beats Cambosis, and
probably.
I think Shakur Stevenson beats them all.
I think no. I'm gonna tell you this. Tank is the one out of them all. The Shakur is the only one that I think can really fuck with Tank, and the reason is because I feel like he can box. He can box well enough, and he don't mind a stinking fight. Like if it's a bad fight, not a lot of excitement, and he just hold him off with boxing and clinching and space and footwork, he can do it.
Too much output.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think that's what I'm saying. I think that if he does that, because sometimes dudes get pulled into a fight, and if Tank pull you into a fight and he catch you, it's a wrap. It's over.
Okay,
I don't care what's going on.
Who wins this? Fulton versus Inoue. Talk to me.
I like Scooter. That's my youngest Scooter. Yo, he's in the same gym for so long.
I'm more impressed with Scooter every time I see him, man.
Yo, Scooter can fight, man. Ever since he was a young boy, he was good when he was young.
Yeah, he was good.
No, he was good when he was young. He was talented.
He was good, but I didn't know he was going to be this good. I mean, I worked with Scooter before. I didn't know he was going to be this good.
But Naoya Inoue is
good. Tough. Inoue is tough. I seen him a few times. He's tough.
Yeah, I watched him knock out Payano. He knocked out Payano with like 2 punches in 1 round.
I think I seen that.
In like 60 seconds. He went out there, the first straight left he threw was over.
Yeah. He can fight, that kid.
He hurt Donaire. Sat Donaire down.
He can fight.
What do you think about Devin Haney and this boy Jojo Diaz over the weekend?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I think Haney beats him.
How you think he's gonna beat him? He's gonna clearly win, or is it gonna be competitive?
If you know what, I think they'll clearly win. I don't think he's gonna take no chances. I think he's gonna be too versatile. He's gonna stick and move, touch him here and there. You know what I'm saying? Tie him up when he has to, because the last fight he learned how to tie up because he got rocked. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's gonna make the same mistake this time.
See, that's the thing about Haney that made me look at him like, yeah, Tank get him. Tank will get him. Made me the same thing about a couple, like even Teofimo before this fight. I was thinking he'd probably get him too, because it looks like I don't know. He just like he's not sturdy enough for me. Like he's young, not sturdy enough for me.
I know people that said they seen him and Tank spar. It was good work.
Look, but that's sparring, baby. You know that. You get in there with the little gloves on.
No, I feel you on that, but I'm saying sometimes sparring helps break the ice. It breaks the ice. So, so if it's somebody you're not familiar with, more anxiety might pop up. But if you're familiar with them and you know, I thought this power before, he's not that fast as me. Yeah. He's not fast as everybody says he is, because I've been in there with him. I can take it up, just like Vernon Forrest when Vernon Forrest fought Sugar Shane. Yeah. And when Tarver fought Roy Jones. There's some people that have your number stylistically, but people don't know.
Yeah, that's true. That was like Vladimir Klitschko would invite a lot of good heavyweights to his camp just so he can get a feel for him. Smart stuff Emmanuel Stewart used to do, man. He used to have guys come in. They know whether they get them or they not, or whether it be hard or whether it be, whatever. And they brought me in. And up to that point, that was the hardest sparring I had, where I couldn't figure this motherfucker out because he was so dirty, man. He was dirty as hell. You know what I mean? But he was also good, but he was dirty. He would do dirty shit like swinging his hammer fisting at my head and pushing down on me and shit, like all kind of shit, bro.
When you went to those camps, you went by yourself, right, Eddie? You didn't go with your...
No, my dad was with me. My dad was with me.
Okay.
And my dad, Steve was everywhere with me. Steve and me everywhere we went. No matter where it was, he was there. No, so it was like
the fighters go by themselves when they go to those camps.
Nah, fuck nah. We not us. See, I'll say this. Depending on the fighter. Most guys who got their sights set on something better, they ain't going nowhere by themselves. They ain't letting nobody step in unless it's like they're like a prodigy or a good fighter or a talented guy, but just don't have anybody. And they just been winning on the road by themselves. You know what I'm saying? Then they may go with it like, oh, I'm going to go up to Emmanuel's camp. And then Emmanuel sees him and snatches him up. That can happen. But nah. You think Rob and and my manager, my promoter, whatever, they was gonna just let me go up there and not because they ain't trying to risk losing. You know what I mean? Man, you'll get in your ear and be like, hey, man, you come up here, man, we give you a better percentage. You be with us, you be able to spar with Vladimir, all of these guys when it's time, and you get ready, you be sharp.
Right,
you be a part of Crumb. I'd be up there. You know what I'm saying? That's how it happens.
Right.
Hey, Light Skin Eddie, you might want to think about that filler card, man. I'm gonna be real with you. Look, a lot of MMA fighters was like, it's my biggest payday.
Yeah.
Mike Ellis got $250,000 in his payday. Frank Mir, former UFC champion, said this was his biggest payday. And I'm thinking, bro, it's boxing with clinching. You could throw spinning back fists and stuff like that, but it's hard to land it. You can throw you can clinch and punch. You can throw Superman punches, but bro, like if you not serious with
this is the bare knuckle boxing, Mo?
No. It's with boxing. It's with MMA 8-ounce MMA gloves on.
Damn.
Yo, I would do that. I would do that shit. 100%.
Thriller's doing it. It's pretty entertaining.
So what's the name of it? What's the name of it?
Thriller Triad Combat.
That's the triangle ring.
Yep. Yeah, that's cool.
I ain't seen it yet. I ain't seen it. I can't wait to see a triangle ring, yo.
Backyard Boxing, the bare knuckle organization, used to use the triangle ring too. So they sued Thriller for using the triangle ring because it was theirs first. So it's a confusion on that. But really,
I'm looking it up right now, yo, because I never watched it.
No, it's entertaining, man. Look, there's a Russian cat, Albert Tumanov, who boxed the brakes off. He's an MMA fighter. Boxed the brakes off this boxer, man. Made him look terrible.
Can you tell me what I can look at? Can you give me a name?
Type in Albert Tumanov. T-U-M.
That sounds like a fighter. He sounds like a boxer.
Brian Barrett, Tumanov. T-U-M-E.
Yep.
And you found it?
Yep. And versus.
I forgot who he fought, but he beat this boy up.
But it doesn't matter. All his fights are in that triangle ring?
Yeah. Just one. Brian Vera, you know Brian Vera, the one that beat Andy Lee. He fought on the card.
For real?
Yeah, the dude Flores, Alex Flores, he fought in the card.
Oh, for real? Okay.
Yeah,
BJ Flores?
No, not BJ. The heavyweight. Alexander Flores.
Okay.
Yeah, he fought PBC a few times.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Damn, all right.
Man, they paying 7 2-minute rounds. Something like that.
Damn.
I mean,
come on. I don't know. But you kind of soft though. You get that wait. Yeah, Widow's Peak is gone. Oh, hey, Light Skin Eddie, what's up with the Mickey Mouse hairline?
I'm one of the toughest. I'm one of the toughest, quote unquote, light skinned dudes ever. Then you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, bro, you know, I fought big. I don't even want to say that, big guys, because that's a pause. But anyway, I fought a lot of big fighters, big time and weight. I'm tough, man. I've been fighting. I've been fighting since I was a fucking
You have a great
kid.
resume. You have a great resume. I think you should come back and fight in that Thriller Combat card. And if you do, I'd love to help you prepare. You know what I'm saying? I teach you stuff with the grappling and the hand positioning. Because
I'm with it. I told you.
If they can't grab you, then they ain't gonna beat you.
What you think about Rampage? What you think about Rampage and Shannon Briggs?
Ooh, see, like
that's crazy.
So Quentin is heavy. He's like 300 pounds. You know what I'm saying? But he can crap. Yeah, he's heavy. Shannon Briggs is probably smaller. He has better skills. But
wait, how big is Rampage? Like how tall is he?
He's about 6'1", 6'2".
Oh, okay.
He's heavy though right now.
Shannon's about 6'4", about 6'4", about 260, 270.
Shannon, he's smaller than Quentin though. If you look at him,
yeah, he might be.
As far as size, but Shannon's probably gonna be fast with the hands. But I don't know if he could deal with the grabbing part, because that's the downfall to all the boxers. When we start grabbing y'all kind of just fall apart.
Yeah, you got to know how to grapple a little bit. Like dirty box basically. You know what I'm saying?
The main thing is you can't let no one grab you. And I know there's certain positions that could put you in, and that could teach you to where no one can grab you. Even if you were boxing, I was working out with Michael Hunter, because I was like, Mike, when you fight guys like Klitschko, this is years ago,
Yeah.
or Tyson Fury or whatnot, they're gonna grab your head and pull your head down. There are certain things you can do with hand positioning that will keep your opponents from doing that.
Yeah. I
I
needed that. I needed that shit, and I'm telling you, aside from what I try to do with Vladimir was something that the great Nazem, great. He would always say, man, look, these big guys are going to try to use their size against you, maybe try to lay on you, whatever, man. It's like, look, do something crazy. Like, pick them up, slam them, throw them on the damn floor, scare them, shock them. They'd be like, what the hell did he just do that for? You know what I mean? Maybe changes the way they think about the fight. Maybe it makes them scared.
Is that why you had Klitschko pick
up? Yeah, that shit stuck in my head, bro. I thought that he got up, dusted his gloves off, and was like, man, you ain't going to do that shit to me no more. I'm going to bust your ass from my head.
So check this out. Like, you see guys like Beibut Shimanov, Lomachenko, Triple G, especially guys from Kazakhstan. A lot of them, when I used to wrestle, I used to notice there's a big transition between the combat sports, wrestling, judo, boxing. They used to all intermingle. And you see, I've seen Beibut Shimanov. He used to do Greco-Roman wrestling. Same thing with Triple G. They can do some wrestling. Same thing with Lomachenko. They can do some wrestling. What's up?
Terrence Crawford, too.
Terrence Crawford used to wrestle in high school, yep.
Oh, yeah, he did? Oh, shit, okay. I wrestled in middle school.
I believe his brother's a good wrestler, too, right?
Who?
Terrence Crawford's brother. I believe he's like a nationally, like a recognized wrestler.
I don't know. He might be. There's so many wrestlers that are good now these days. So many weight classes. Like, I know Darrell used to wrestle. I think Dre used to wrestle in high school. Yeah.
I didn't wrestle in high school. I wrestled in middle school.
Remember Pablo Wolak, the boxer?
Which one? Who's that?
Pablo Wolak.
Trying to remember.
Yeah. He had a few fights, a few wars, dog. We got face swole. Just look him up. Pablo Wolak.
Wait, what's the name? Wolak.
Pablo Wolak. Yeah, he's a Polish dude from Chicago, I believe. And he's gonna leave boxing to go to MMA because he was like a 2-time state champion in wrestling.
Oh yeah, he's going to go to MMA.
Yeah, he never trained over.
Yeah, if you can wrestle, man, you can fuck with the MMA. You know what I mean? You get used to because the grappling, even standing. You know what I mean? That's one thing. Like, remember we was working before, and you were showing me a lot of the hand fighting. Yeah, I was like, he pulling my head down, and I'm like, that shit is annoying, bro. I hated that shit when they pull your head down. Like, even me doing this right now is annoying. You know what I'm saying? That's why I used to watch Ali do it.
But I feel like learning how to fight helps you because, like Clarissa Shields, even her doing MMA might take away from her with her boxing because you can't do everything. As far as tactics, it'll help her learn how to win. Because you know what I'm saying? Because like you're handicapped. Either way she goes to MMA or boxing, she's handicapped in a way. Because in MMA, she's learning how to kick, grapple, and so on. And then she goes to boxing and she can't use them skills.
Right.
But
so
then,
she get used to that shit.
Yeah, then in boxing, she's training her boxing skills. She goes to MMA. Well, in MMA, they're gonna kick at you, they're gonna grab you, they're gonna try to take you down, they're gonna try to submit you. And then she's thrown out of her element either way she goes. But one thing she has to work on is her tactics. Tactics win bouts, tactics win fights, tactics win matches, And that's one thing.
Boxing or MMA.
Yep, whatever you do, tactics win.
It's like it's like if I wanted to try MMA, I would literally have to just scrap just the whole boxing thing. Because to be honest, I spent so many years in it, it is literally ingrained in me. Somebody throws a punch at me, I'm gonna react a certain way. But what I would have to do is obviously understand that it's not just gonna be a punch coming at me now. It's gonna be people gonna be shooting at my legs to take me down. People are gonna be throwing kicks at me, kicking my legs. It's gonna be a total different thing. So I would have to literally just completely soak myself into that. It would have to be because I'm learning a completely different discipline. You know what I mean? It's totally different. Boxing is a good weapon to have along with the rest if you're going to be into MMA, but it's not the only thing. So that's why.
Arts.
Everything.
But what we do with you, Eddie, if you're going to fight, is I'll be like, you know what? Let's find a boxer.
Of course.
That fight a little bit. He can't really wrestle that good. Let's try to make it even. Let's do it that way.
That's the only way. That's the only way for me at this point. I know my shortcomings. Pause. When it comes to the fight game.
Or I got an idea. I got another idea to ensure you a victory. This way, you would definitely win. You want to know? Get you somebody lighter skinned than you.
I knew this motherfucker was going to say
definitely win that. You would I know you'd win that.
Yeah.
Someone like Coach Anthony's complexion. Because I've seen Coach Anthony get pumped before.
Oh, by dark skin. Hey, don't let these dark skinned niggas do that to us, bro. Fuck them. And I ain't light skinned, but I'm still stepping up.
I ever trained was dark skinned, so no matter what they say, they come to me for training. You know what I'm saying? So
that's what I'm saying, baby.
First off,
Hank, Tevin, they all dark skinned. You know what I'm saying?
Because they control you.
They control you. Dark skinned to some people in the chat.
They control them. That's why.
No,
you like Gargamel. I thought it was like Gargamel.
Oh my god.
Yeah. The smart.
Come on, bro. Hey, listen. I am not. Look, I ain't light skinned, motherfucker. I don't care what you say. I'm going home. I just know I may need a little more sun, right? Because
a lot more sun.
This is actually a good question. This is a good question, even though Eddie kind of covered a lot of it in what you were saying. But I get this question all the time from the people in the chat who want to know what differences do you notice from MMA training and boxing training, like as far as the conditioning goes, as far as how that works? Like, what do you notice is the difference, the main difference for you? Because you've done both, right? You obviously train MMA at the highest level, and you also box.
Yeah, I think really boxing tends to use old school training, which is dumb to me, very stupid and outdated. And I feel like some of the coaches there are so stuck in the old school because they feel like the old school way is the best way, that they just burn their fighters out. You learn science. I feel like the MMA coaches tend to be more receptive to modern training. I feel like also MMA trains a little bit more specified. We're not going hard as y'all in the boxing gym. I've been in the boxing gym. I've seen people get knocked out. I've seen the dude at the Mayweather gym get knocked out the ring and fall back in the ring through the ropes.
No, hold on, Mo. I came down to American Top Team where you was at.
Mm-hmm.
I remember walking from one side of the gym to the other, and there was guys on the side with ice on their eyes, cuts on their eyes. So I've seen MMA guys busted up in training as well.
No, but it's different between cuts. Cuts are superficial. I'm talking about knockouts. One thing you ain't seen is someone get slept at the gym. We wear headgear. For the most part, we wear headgear, shin guards, elbow pads, shin guard, knee pads, and everything. I've seen at the boxing gym when y'all spar, when people get knocked out, y'all go for the knockout, right? Not in MMA. In MMA, we go for the submission. So you get tapped. Because if I knock you out in sparring, guess what? You're done for. You ain't gonna come back and train. In boxing, I've seen people get knocked out and then come back to the gym the next week sparring.
Yeah, that's true.
No, that's common.
That's way. Trust me.
See, in MMA, I feel like the trainers, not in all cases, but a lot of us tend to be more educated in the fact. You know what I'm saying? Like if you get knocked out, you ain't training with none of my guys. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up, go heal, get some omega oils, go get some oxygen, get some rest, take some flaxseed oil, try to monitor yourself. You know what I'm saying? Get someone to monitor your health.
I think in that regard, you're right, Mo. Like in the fact that MMA trainers they're definitely more up on modern day nutrition, stretching, activating your muscles as far as warming up, like that kind of stuff. MMA trainers are definitely much more educated than boxing coaches. Boxing coaches are just like toss you a jump rope and say, all right, go
run.
You know what I'm saying? Go run. Like in that aspect, absolutely, I 100% agree. So yeah, in that regard, I agree.
I can't tell you.
Remember this though, Eddie.
But I do think it's case by case as far as how a coach
handles
the knockouts and everything. Like, cause me, I would never let a guy spar after getting knocked out a week later. I'd be like, hell no, man. Go
I feel like
you know what I'm saying?
I feel like some of your coaches in boxing, especially, y'all treat y'all's boxers like workhorses instead of thoroughbreds. Meaning, if I had light skin Eddie, We're not doing all that long distance running. We're gonna be in the pool. We're gonna be doing plyometrics. We're gonna be doing smart strength conditioning. We're not gonna be doing that long distance mile running so it can lose your knees and lose your fast twitch muscle fibers.
There's guys. There's that Manuel Stewart, God rest his soul, was one that didn't believe that shit, especially with heavyweights. Klitschko and them, they don't run like that. They do in-gym work. If they're going to do an extra session, like anything for cardio, they're going to do it in the gym or they go to the pool. That is true. There's way too much impact. Same thing I say about NBA players. Like I see a lot of these dudes, they be, oh man, I'm, running it. Like, dude, you're running for like you're running in the gym on hardwood floors. What are you doing? That's why these motherfuckers can't walk after their careers are over. That's what I'm saying. Like, why would you put more impact? Yo, I fought, I forget what fight. There was a couple fights I had where I only ran once the entire camp, but I still trained hard, but I only ran once, like a long distance hard once. Because I swear to God, I used to always say this because we used to run all the time. Man, I wish we didn't have to run. I hated running. Come to find out, we shouldn't have been fucking running that much. You know what I'm saying? Because it really, especially a big guy, it mess your legs up, bro.
I think with the bigger guys is much more prevalent than with the smaller guys. But I do think that you got guys running 5-8 miles, and that's crazy.
Every day. Every day.
3 miles is the most you need. 3 miles, if you're gonna do a long run, is the most you need. You know what I'm saying?
Not even that. When do you run in the rain?
Never. That's the thing.
You pivot. You shuffle in your stance. You don't cross your legs. So why would you run?
Listen at this. Check this out. What I started to do, and I was doing this while I was running too, when I was getting ready for Vladimir and for Dimitrenko. There was this big, well, not too big. It was about as big as, like, I don't know, like a 10 by 10 or whatever, wood piece in the middle of the floor. I used to get on that shit, and it was like right in front of the mirror, and do footwork for literally like 30 minutes. Footwork, feints, shadow boxing. That shit right there will get you in shape better than going and try to go for a long run, because you're constantly turned on. You're constantly fainting. You're moving the entire time. I get people right now for 10 minutes. I tell them, all right, 10 minutes, we're moving around the ring. They be dead in like 5. They won't even be able to make 10 minutes. So imagine 45 minutes shadow boxing, fainting, changing levels, spinning, you know what I mean? Whatever, all of that shit. Trust me, that is as hard as anything.
We tell the fighters that do enjoy running.
Well, look, it's like we always say, it's a case by case.
Actually do like to run.
It's a case by case basis. If you like to run, that's one thing. Like Steve, he loves to run. He used to like to run. He used to get out there, put your headphones on or whatever, and just soak yourself in it. That's fine. But I still think that needs to be
controlled.
It shouldn't be too much. It should be. You should look after that. You shouldn't do that shit too much. Seriously, especially if you're running long distance on concrete and all that. You know what I mean? It's just not good, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of y'all might not know King Mo's a coach now, man. So you're Coach Mo.
Oh, yeah,
now.
Okay.
Mo ain't no longer just a fighter. Now he's
Coach Mo.
Yeah, he got some of the best fighters under his tutelage right now. So
this is the lightest dark skinned motherfucker I ever seen right now. Look at this dude.
First off him right now, Eddie. He looking.
Hold on. Let me ask you something, light skin Eddie. You got the N word earlier. You're not even black. You're Arab, right? What are you?
I don't even know, bro.
Your complexion. You don't look black.
Listen.
Your nose. I got Negro nose. My nose is black. Yours is totally.
Look at mine.
Bro, you might look Mexican.
Bro, look at my nose, man. I got more of a Negro nose than you do. Way more.
No, my nose is flat with my thick lips. Yours is thin.
Look at my. You losing right now, Mo. You losing, Mo. Look at my lips, bro. Like my lips bigger than yours.
They're thin. They're thin, dog. You're like a kid.
My ass.
You're like a male Karen. I'm gonna start calling you that. The male Karen.
I will agree with this comment right here. It seems like the Eastern European is more focused on sports science than Western boxing, which focuses on old school. I do notice that.
That is very true. That is very true. I've seen. That's how they look. We had the sauce for a long period of time, going from like this, I don't know, the early, like I don't say like 50s, 60s, 70s, all the way up, right? All of the skill, the footwork, and all of that stuff. They started to adopt that. You know what I'm saying? They started to adopt that.
More than that.
Then on top of that, they started getting the scientific stuff in. You know what I mean? Start learning about the body and how it works and different ways, you know, like plyos and how to put those into your training and weights and strength, all these different things, diet, everything. And it's like we're still stuck in that, oh, well, we got the skills, we can move better, we can do, but they are learning all of that. On top of that, they're learning all of the other things about the body. So they're putting it all together. And that's why we sometimes fall behind. You know what I'm saying? You see a lot of these Eastern European dudes.
Well, the thing is, another thing they do is a thing called periodization, which like it's where they with the diet, the workout plan, and everything, they learn how to peak at the right time. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing they mastered. That's what the Eastern European blacks mastered. And they took it to Cuba and some other countries. You know what I'm saying? But periodization.
You say that you Eastern European blacks? Did you sneak?
I said black.
Everything got me black with Mo. He done snuck that.
No. I said Eastern European black.
Oh, okay.
He's just thinking about dark skin. That's all this nigga think about now. Yeah.
Hey, first of all, you can't say the M word, but you get canceled.
Oh, come on.
You might get canceled. You can't. Because look, I went on your Instagram when Kyle Rittenhouse got off. I seen you cheering.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I said it. I see your Instagram. You might get canceled. You might get canceled, dog.
I ain't getting canceled. I'm black, bro. You look at me, man. Look at my skin. My last name ain't written house. What you think this is?
No, it sounds like European.
Hold on. My name does sound kind of like a little bit though. It kind of does a little bit. You know if you knew my whole. Yeah, cancel Eddie. Who just broke that shit?
Cancel Eddie.
That's cold blooded, yo. Hey, I can't help it, man. It's the way I talk. I'm from the hood. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing, Mo. Because you're gonna say you from the white part of the hood. I know you're gonna say some shit like that.
I didn't say that. That's you. I was
waiting. I was waiting for it.
Now I was waiting for you to say something. I was waiting for you to say something. Speak up, light skin Eddie.
Yo,
Mo, where you at? You at a fight right now? Where you at?
Man, I'm in Connecticut. Eddie's home stomping grounds.
Man, Eddie, he right around the corner.
Eddie is from Philly. We know he's from Connecticut.
I'm from. Hey, listen. I'm from a country town. I'm from Pittsburgh, bro. What you talking about?
No, you're from Danbury, Connecticut. Straight up. Shout out to Fernalito. Philly's Fernalito. Shout out to Fernalito. Philly's Fernelli. He's a son. Fernalito is cold, man.
Yeah. Hey, I'm from Pittsburgh. That's all I'm saying.
You're from Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
Wait, time out. You're from outside of Pittsburgh. You're a black Amish. Yeah, black Amish.
You call me Amish?
That's why your hairline's so messed up. You're a black Amish. He a black Amish man.
Hey, listen, man. My hairline's cool, bro. Man.
I get that Mickey Mouse right there on the other side, right there. The Mickey Mouse right down that side.
You coming at my hair? You just coming at mine because you ain't got none. You just coming at mine. You just
go to your left side. Show your left side of your head. Turn to the other side, the profile, other side. Keep on going. Look at that pushback.
That's beautiful. What you talking about?
That circle. It's circular though, dog.
You just mad because you don't have a hairline, Mo. It's all good.
3 years ago, I came through here and he had that straight across that P. Diddy. You know what I'm saying? That 90-degree obtuse angles. Now your shit is, your shit's circular, dog. You got a compass back there.
My shit coming across. It's just my hair is long.
Yeah, protractor. A protractor straight line across. That's a compass, dog.
Ain't nothing wrong with my shit, man. My hair
push back.
You know why it look like that? Because it's long.
And it's thinning. Dip your head right there, it's thinning. Dip your head. Dip your head.
Man, you crazy. Yeah,
all the way down. Look at the dip. Look at it.
You just look at the dip.
It's weird.
Go all the way down. You see it, right?
How long? You see how long? Look how long my hair is. Hey, Mo. How long is your hair, Mo?
You're the George Jefferson. Bro, you look like a hobbit. Like a black hot. I'm talking like a black Frodo.
Hey,
Yeah,
listen,
black Frodo.
listen.
Your
Look at
hairline is gone.
look how long my hair is. How long is your hair, Mo?
Coach
And I ain't talking about your beard.
No, but Coach Anthony, the difference between me, you, Coach, me and you, Eddie. The difference between us is I followed Elsa's advice, but my shit went away. I let it go. You're trying to hold on to something that's not there.
Yeah, what you talking about?
Coach Anthony can't talk. You're wearing a hat, Coach Anthony. Put yourself out. You trying to laugh. Put yourself out, Coach Anthony.
Yo, Ant's like,
and
smart. Ant's like, I ain't getting in this conversation.
And two, you had the Eddie Munster. Remember last time you had the Eddie Munster, the Widow's Peak?
I cut it off, man.
That's terrible. Oh,
I cut it off. I don't like that shit, man. I want my shit to be straight, dog.
Eddie Munster is gone now because you're going bald.
Nope, man. Hey, listen, I'm telling you right now, it's the camera. All right, I am not going bald. My shit is.
Quick question: are you coming back? Are you in the box again or what?
Oh yeah, I want to do the triangle. I want to do the triangle. I want to do the triangle boxing. And guess what, Mo? I'm gonna have a nice haircut for that too, so you can see how good, how strong my life.
Hey, okay, I got something. Look, you versus Cunningham, and I got another one. Coach Anthony versus ex-student Yahoo.
Who? Yeah, ex-who? Who?
It's ex-student Yahoo Blackwell. Yeah, Coach Anthony trainer.
Yo, for real? Okay, hey, let's get it. Let's go to camp. Nigga, I'm ready.
Who's the other cat you shot box? Coach Anthony, the bodybuilder.
Rashid.
Mike Rashid.
How about Ocho Cinco? Somebody said Mo looked like Ocho Cuatro.
Yeah, but see, it's like forgetting humor, so of course y'all two gonna laugh. Light skin humor doesn't like it bores me. Light skin humor bores me.
Oh, so you don't like the light skin humor, man? It's all good, man.
It bores me.
It bores you. It bores you.
Your hairline, bro.
My hairline is Hey, it's my hair, man. What you talking about? I got a lot of fucking hair, Mo. I can't.
I know what happened. You met David Blaine. He did a magic trick in your shit.
Mm-hmm. I think that shit worked better on you. He did that same shit on you.
Look at hey. You know what's funny? Before you was like this, talking like this. Now you doing this. Raising your head up. Yeah, I get that. You see his head tilted back? Man, you look,
Mo, I ain't tilting back. Hey, listen. My hair is good. It's still there. Unlike yours. It's all right, Mo, man. You know what I mean? Everybody can't have hair and a beautiful hairline like mine. You understand?
Let me ask y'all something. Did Canelo duck Benavidez?
I think indirectly he did.
I think you know what it is? Let me ask you a question. Would you risk your legacy? You're not saying that it's really risking his legacy. I still think he's obviously going to go to the Hall, but would you risk what he has now and where he's at, basically as an untouchable, and fight a guy like that and give him everything he's worked for up to this point? Like at this point in his career, I feel like he should be looking to like cement his shit as one of the greatest ever. I feel like he should be looking like what he's about to do going up to cruiser. I feel like it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's like he goes up and most likely he beats this guy and that just gives him another notch to say, oh, well, I went all the way up to cruiserweight and won.
That's what I think it is. I think that's what it is. He wants to do it now while he can, and then maybe
light skin antics. Look. Look.
Stop hating.
He's doing what Floyd didn't do. Because remember this?
What was that?
Everyone's like, Floyd fight Canelo. Canelo's younger, this and that. Well, he did. Now, Canelo has another Floyd. Well, it's actually Canelo is now where Floyd is.
Yeah.
And Benavidez is where Canelo is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he could do it just like Floyd did. Floyd gave him his chance. Why not do it? Why not get back to another fellow Mexican? I mean,
hold on. Do
look,
you do you honestly believe Benavidez could beat Canelo?
yeah,
Mo?
I think listen. It's like this, right?
Like in honesty, if you had to bet the house.
You know what? I think he has a chance. You know why? Because look, I'm one of the few that thought Tarver had a chance. I'm one of the few that thought Brennan Forrest had a chance. I'm one of the few that thought that Sugar Shane Mosley had a chance to beat De La Hoya.
Brennan Forrest versus who? Brennan Forrest versus who?
Mosley.
Oh yeah, I picked that fight. I picked
no, but quite a few people did.
You knew Vernon though. You knew Vernon. I didn't know him.
But quite a few people did. Brennan Forrest, and then too when Sugar Shane bumped up 2 weight classes to fight De La Hoya.
I also picked Mayorga to beat Vernon.
Shit, not me.
Hey, yo,
I knew Mayorga was gonna be
out. So my thing is you went against the grain. So how can you say that Canelo could not lose to Benavidez?
No, I'm not saying he can't, but what I'm saying is when you say duck him, are you saying he's ducking him because you think he can't beat him? Because I personally think that he's tailor-made for Canelo. No, hell no. Stylistically, no, why? He stands the thing, right? Tries to walk you down, Canelo. Bro, that up, man. No, bro, watch this out, right? Go watch Canelo spar Gilberto Ramirez on YouTube. It's on there. How old is that though? Bro, it don't matter. It don't matter. The thing is, I can see how Canelo wouldn't want to fight somebody that's long like that because you don't see him calling out Gilberto Ramirez, who called out Canelo, and you don't see him saying shit about Benavidez, who's called out Canelo. Don't fight long though. Benavidez fight like Corrales. No, but bro, output, and Benavidez can fight long, and Benavidez is big, strong, young, and he'll go. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing. If he got up, how would Canelo react? He's a big, younger dude, young. Has way faster hands. Canelo has great power, but Benavidez is a problem, and he's confident. It's hard to discount somebody that's confident, man. Cambosis was confident going to his Teofimo Lopez, and people discounted him. Even me. I thought Teofimo was going to walk through. Teofimo Lopez was overconfident. That's why he lost. He was No, you can't say that because Cambosis. You went out there. No, but no. But listen, Cambosis put hands on him. Cambosis put hands on him consistently, bro. When they're exchanging, Cambosis was outlanding them. But, no, I know because Cambosis was boxing smart. No. But the thing, but bro, maybe styles make fights because he's fought like that a lot. He's fought like that when big shots, and it's worked for him. But bro, sometimes styles make fights. And Benavidez Benavidez has been there with Triple G, sparring with Triple G since he was a teenager, sparred with Kelly Pavlik when he was a teenager. He's been in the ring with who's who as a teenager. That counts as something. I'm saying, like, bro, he sparred with I think he sparred with B-Ball. He sparred with everybody, dog, as a teenager. Up until now, he's only 24 years old. Yeah, he's definitely young and he's definitely got some good attributes, but I just don't believe he could beat Canelo Alvarez. I really don't, man. Especially based off of that last performance he just had with the boy he just fought. He walked that dude down and just beat him up. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, but if that was Canelo landing those same punches that the boy was landing. Listen. But guess what, Coach Anthony? If that was Canelo, how you think he'll fight him that same way? Probably not. No, probably not. Every fight. No, bro. Every fight because those people let them fight that way. You think Canelo's gonna fight Benavidez the same way? Standing? No, that dude fights. Canelo's gonna box him. No. But listen, that dude tried to box him, but dude couldn't because after a while, the dude had to stand in front of him because he didn't have the style to keep that up for a while. So that's where things get in hand because the thing is, every style has a strength and every style has its weakness. Every body type has a strength and weakness. Canelo ain't the end-all be-all because he had problems with fucking Caleb Plant in some areas. He had some problems with motherfucking other southpaw guy. What's his name? Billy Joe Saunders. Oh, Billy. No, you thought he had problems? I didn't see problems. Bro, there's times Billy started running numbers on him. Yeah. Billy went rounds on him.
Because bro, let me tell you something, right? When Canelo finally hurt him, when have you ever seen Canelo celebrate and get pumped up? Canelo was pissed going in that fight. Billy Joe Saunders was doing enough just to win a few rounds and doing enough just to be competitive. It was competitive, dog. It wasn't a wash.
It felt like a wash to me.
No, it wasn't a wash because it became a wash once he had his eye smashed. That's it. But before that, I remember Canelo was getting mad because I remember watching Billy Joe Saunders counter him, run numbers on him, pivoting, and then feeling confident.
I thought Billy Joe Saunders was going to do better than he did. Honestly, I thought he was going to do better than he did. Hold on, we got a super chat. I feel like he's avoiding Charlo too. Not to mention Charlo is going to come forward and bang and has power. Do you agree that Canelo is ducking Charlo?
Hell no. Charlo ducking Benavidez. Benavidez called him a pussy and said nothing against him because Charlo's a dog. He can fight. But Benavidez wants to fight him. But I don't blame Charlo for waiting for Canelo because Canelo is a cash cow. Canelo mentioned his name, so why not wait? You know, but I don't think like why would Canelo be afraid of Charlo? He's fought Triple G. You know what I'm saying? He's fought Kovalev. You know what I'm saying? He's fought people that can fight. When you're at the highest level, fear is not an issue. It's the money.
Well, but you saying he's ducking Benavidez.
I think stylistically, like, you know, you probably rather avoid that fight. And two, there's no clamor for the fight. Who do you hear calling for that fight, really? Just the hardcores.
If I had to say Canelo's ducking any one fighter, it would be Andrade. I don't think that he's ducked anybody else. I think that he just won this fight, and I think that in their mind, they came up with a strategy so he could win another belt in another weight class, and they said, fuck Benavidez, we just going to skate right to Cruiser.
But how do you duck Boo Boo? Like, who's Boo Boo? Okay, who is, if you compare
in the past, right? He didn't fight him years ago when he was supposed to fight him, or when they should have fought.
Well, at the time, Boo Boo's going through some promotional issues. He fucked that up.
But how about recently when Boo Boo stepped to him about a year ago at the press conference, and he was like, "Payday, you a horrible fighter, blah blah blah." I mean, in reality, Boo Boo has never shown to be a horrible fighter. He's
well, I'm saying, but the thing is, like, okay, so again, it comes down to what are people clamoring for. People are only the hardcores, like me and you and a few other people, are calling for. I'd love to see Boo Boo get the chance to this Canelo and Benavidez, but those are the hardcores. What's going to happen is a few Mexicans might come out there and be like, "Hey, I want to see him fight Gilberto Ramirez." Then the Mexicans come out there and they'll be louder. It comes down to what
makes Benavidez different to you though, besides him and Boo Boo? Like, why do you mention the Benavidez fight, but you didn't mention the Boo Boo fight?
Well, because Benavidez is a true super middleweight, and he was a super middleweight champion, the youngest super middleweight champion of all time in the history of super middleweight. He's been there undefeated. He's a true super middleweight. Boo Boo really isn't. He's moonlighting between two weight classes. That's the only thing. I'm like, if Boo Boo was like, "Hey, I'm a true 168 pounder," but right now Boo Boo's like, "Hey, I'll fight 168. Hell, I'll fight 175. I'll fight 160. If the price is right, I'll fight 154. So where do we put him? People the thing is, like, he's a good fighter, but his name's not that strong just yet. He's trying to get the opportunity to make his name stronger. That's all. Same thing with Benavidez. Benavidez's name is strong, but to the casual fan, they don't know him because they know Canelo. All roads lead to Canelo. So
if Canelo fights, Canelo's obviously going to fight this cruiserweight fight. He wins this
maybe because look, Makabu, you know Martin Bakole?
Nah.
Martin Bakole, the heavyweight fighter that Michael Hunter beat. Okay. He's a good fighter, African dude. Martin Bakole and Makabu are brothers.
Okay.
So Makabu's fighting this guy named, I'm probably butchering his name, but Tibiasu Manchu, who's from South Africa, I believe. He's a good southpaw. He can fight. And if Makabu wins that fight, he's gonna fight Canelo. But I'm not sure if he wins that fight. So if he loses that fight, then who's Canelo gonna fight?
Eddie's real dark skinned now. Look at Eddie. He's so dark you can't even see his ass now. Eddie, man, fix your camera, bro. What do you got going on, man? Yeah. Oh, there you go. There you go. Oh,
That's not light skin internet.
There goes that circle. That's the light skin right there. Man, that boy internet is crazy.
Cheap. That's the Amish internet.
Yeah. So what were you saying about the heavyweight situation with Makumbu, with Makumbu's brother?
Well,
Why do you think Canelo might not fight him?
Because if Makabu loses to Manchu, whatever his name is, then that fight's blown up.
Oh, so they're still so he's not fighting Canelo next. He's actually fighting Manchu.
Yeah.
Ready for it.
Yeah. So that fight, I
thought the Canelo fight was already sealed.
No, it's sealed if Makabu beats Manchu.
Well, that ain't no easy fight.
I know, so that's what I'm thinking. Like, if that fight falls through, which I think is gonna fall through, then who does Canelo fight on the Mexican Independence Day?
Then he's got to fight Benavidez if he wants to stay up that heavy,
or Gilberto Ramirez, or Bivol, or Beterbiev,
or tough fights,
or Boo Boo. His options, he could pick.
Or Charlo. Listen, if he was to fight Charlo, which I think is an easy fight for Canelo, no disrespect for Charlo, I think Canelo clearly wins that fight. That's a nice name, you know what I'm saying? Since he want to go ahead and say, you know, everybody want to say he's ducking Canelo. I mean, Canelo's ducking Charlo. Fight Charlo.
Or he can fight Gilberto Ramirez, who's another undefeated fighter. He can fight another Mexican on Mexican Independence Day. That'd be big, but it really comes down to him.
Right. Yeah, it can go. He got options for sure, man. But, you know, he's not going to want to tarnish his legacy, so he's going to be smart, man. He's basically trying to be the modern-day Floyd Mayweather and pick the right fights for his own career. I mean, you can't be mad at him. He did fight a lot of good guys.
Yeah, well, he's doing it now because I feel like once you get to a certain point, you can pick and choose. But at the same time, you can only pick and choose for so long until the audience is like, you know what? We're done paying for this.
Right.
With Roy Jones. Roy Jones, look, let's be real. Roy Jones could fight. He was a legend, but his fights were so one-sided that the casual public wasn't going to buy them pay-per-views unless he was fighting Mike Tyson, another heavyweight or something like that. Unless he was doing something supernatural that they're like, hey, Roy Jones might lose this fight, so let's tune in to watch.
Right. Yeah, well, that's definitely what Canelo's at of his career. People only want to see him fight fights that he possibly could lose at this point. Because what's the point? We already know he can fight his ass off, so we want to see some real challenges, man. Yeah, Mo, what you doing in Connecticut?
Coaching, man.
So who's fighting? Who's fighting?
We got Johnny Evelyn. He's the guy I've been working with. He's at middleweight 185. He's fighting on the main card. The first fight on the main card versus Colin Hawkbody. It's on.
Is this UFC?
No, this is Bellator.
When's the fight?
The fight is Friday.
Okay. What network can you get it on? Okay.
It'll be on. I think it's on Showtime.
Oh, damn. All right. Cool. Eddie.
I'm back, yo.
Oh my
God. Bro, what the hell happened?
Hey, man, my phone cut off on me. My shit is low. I didn't even realize it because we was talking so much crap. That's all right, though. You know, Mo with his light, dark skin ass, you know, talking shit all the time.
He didn't pay the bill. That's what happens. The Boost Mobile cut you off with Cricket. That's what you got.
You want to know who I got? I got Verizon, the best network in the world, son.
Cricket. That's what you got. Hey, man, put your hand up. Put your hand up, man. You see that ball spot? No, don't duck your head, man.
Hey, listen, I've been looking for ball spots, and I can't find them. You know why? Because I got hair, Mo. I got hair, bro. It's okay, man. Look, not everybody can have a nice full head of hair. You know what I'm saying?
I can touch the rim. I'm like you. I can touch rim. I'm like
I can touch the rim. I can touch the rim. That ain't shit.
Lights can't jump. Light men can't jump now. We know that.
I can touch the rim, and I can play. So that's all that I care about, son. And I will be dunking soon, so I want you to know that. My old ass is going to be dunking. Huh?
Who you working with now?
What you
Man,
mean?
I'm feeling mad. This is what I've been doing, man. I just been doing the internet stuff for right now, man. I mean, Tevin hit me up recently, say he might have something in the work, so we'll see what Tevin got going on. But other than that, I ain't working with nobody.
What's up with Danny Garcia? Is he going up to 154?
That's what he said, man. Who's he
fight
gonna
Charlo.
fight
Really?
there?
Just fight Charlo.
That's a weird.
Hey,
a weird fight.
That's
He
interesting.
with Castano. Brian Castano beat him.
Yeah.
Who? Brian Castano
Yep.
against who?
Bro, you watched Brian Castano versus Charlo, right? I thought he beat Charlo. It was a draw.
Oh yeah, Brian.
Yeah, yo.
I like him.
He beat Errol Spence in the amateurs. He can fight.
I thought he was. Matter of fact, I thought that fight was a toss-up.
Bro, I thought. Listen, I thought that he might mess around and beat Charlo because his output, and he's a dog.
Yeah, he looked good in that fight, man.
No.
Yeah, and this day Charlo's gonna fight somebody else next.
Yo, Mo, what's your take on Jake Paul, and are you ever interested in fighting him?
I think Jake Paul's doing his thing. You know, I respect him. You know, because he's gonna fight guys he can beat. As far as him fighting me, if you want to fight me, I'll beat him. You know what I'm saying? But he ain't gonna fight me. So
that boy talking heavy.
That's it. Whoa, with that dark skin, that light dark skin talking.
Yo,
listen. Woodley didn't have a jab because he spent so much time in MMA, and he got a light skinned coach. And I think that might have hurt him.
Yo, dude, stop being racist against light skinned blacks, bro.
Did you hear that Jake Paul apparently doesn't have knockout clause in his contracts? Is that true, or is that just some phantom? You know, is that some make believe bullshit they putting out on the internet?
It's make believe bullshit because Woodley almost got him out of there with that. At one point, Woodley hurt him.
Why didn't he try to get him out, though? Why didn't he try to get him out?
Well, the thing is, like, Woodley he wasn't known for his output in MMA. Yeah. He's known for a big running right hand and a big left hook, right? He ain't had no jab, and he's known for takedowns. So, like, the moment it's a boxing match, damn near all his tools are gone. Because the thing is, the overhand works because he'll go for your takedown, and once you defend the takedown, he'll throw the overhand next time. Well, if he can't grab your legs, then what's there to defend? The overhand you'll see coming. The overhand needs to be set with a jab or something, or a feint or something. You just can't throw it just to throw it.
Yeah. If you're gonna throw the right hand, if you're gonna throw it as a lead, you got to know what you're doing and know how to throw it as a lead. So
So he threw his. What he do is he go for a takedown, and then when you start defending his takedowns by putting your arms down to grab him, he would feint and then throw overhand over top. So once his takedowns are gone, his tools are gone. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can't wrestle. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he's dealing with a guy in Jake Paul who has been training with boxers. Granted, they were not trying to knock him out, but think about this. Imagine if you have enough money to be like, you know what? Hey, Anthony Joshua. Hey, I'm Daniel Dubois. Let's play spar. I'll pay you to play spar. Just don't knock me out and tell me what I'm doing wrong. So he has the money to get like Jillian Love, Kevin Newman, Michael Hunter, and the other pro boxers to go out there to Puerto Rico and whatnot and just show them some tricks and show them a little boxing and not hurt them and get paid.
Those are all your peoples, Mo. Those are all your peoples.
Yeah, they all light skinned too. They try to get paid.
Mo, now think about it. Mo ain't got no dark skinned friends.
I got plenty of dark skinned friends.
Mo the only dark skinned guy I know.
Michael Hunter,
you know what it is? You know what it is? Mo just want to be the darkest skin of all his friends. That's really what it is. He don't want to have no rivals. He don't want to have no dark skin rivals. That's the problem. That's it. He just want to make sure he's the darkest one in the room.
Get bruised. I might have to bruise both of y'all.
Yeah, that's true. Now that I think about it, the only person I knew who was dark skin around Mo was Jeff Mayweather. That was the only one.
That's it.
He had to. He got perm. Hey, Coach Anthony, where you moving to, man? You gonna stay up north and stay light skinned, or you afraid to come down south and get some sun? You know, you come outside, you come back looking Haitian. They're gonna tell you, start saying "sac passe" to you when they see you at the boxing gym.
Nah, I'm coming down.
Hey.
I'm coming down south, man. I am for sure. I'm already on it, bro. I know I've been saying that for like 2 years, but I gotta get out of here, man. I was telling Eddie today, man, this cold, man. I'm done with it, bro.
Yeah, cold is bad, bro.
What you gonna do, Eddie? Gonna stay up there?
I don't know, man. I don't know what I'm gonna do, man.
Eddie, if I go to Florida, he gotta come too, man. He gotta come.
I'm gonna be down there all the time. That's a good thing. I hope you go down there.
The Black Amish.
No. I'm telling you, man. Huh?
You're Black Amish, dog.
Man, hey, listen. I'm gonna be down there. I'm telling you, Amish and all, nigga. Like that's what I'm doing.
I used to watch that show, Amish Mafia. Yeah, you're a Black Amish. You're a Mennonite.
You said mafia. That's right, because I'm gangster out this motherfucker.
Where your buggy at?
Hey, but what happened?
Where your buggy at?
I knew he was. God damn.
Because your Amish, y'all can't ride cars.
Hey, it's arguable. My buggy is arguably. It's outside right now.
Yeah,
I know what I'm talking about. I got a nice buggy outside.
So Eddie
riding clean right now.
You have a brother, right?
Yeah.
Y'all used to fight growing up?
I was older. I was way older. So 10 years. And then Steve is my brother, but he's not blood. So, but we still grew up together.
Why do y'all call each other brothers? Are y'all like somebody like is it step brothers or just real close?
No. We grew up together. Like, we were like pre-teens when we met, but we're like you couldn't like it wouldn't matter. Like I'm closer to him than my brothers for real. I mean, no, don't get me wrong. Like one of my brothers I'm really close with, but the other one I'm not. And he's been. Yeah. Well, hey, wait a minute. Steve ain't that much lighter than me. I mean, that much darker than me, though. I don't even think Steve is darker than me.
You Upster. Steve Chambers.
No, not Cunningham.
Because he's a true dark star.
Nah, Steve fought. Who did Steve fight? He fought Birdo. Who else he fought?
He fought Birdo. He fought man, what's my
New York, the Puerto Rican judge.
Yeah. I keep wanting to say fucking Juan. I don't know why. Damn, what's his name?
Damn, I forgot his name, bro. The Puerto Rican who fought Birdo 3 times.
I know exactly what you talk about.
Huh?
Who?
Juan Geraldo?
No, the Puerto Rican slick. With a C, right? Luis.
Yeah, Luis Colazo. Yeah, Colazo too.
Damn, bro, my brain too, Eddie. I'm getting fried up here. I'm forgetting names and every goddamn thing, bro.
Hey, but yo, listen, I gotta bounce, and I gotta take my light skin exit. You know what I'm saying, Mo? and
what's the call you there?
Yeah, I'm getting out of here. I'm getting out of here too in a minute.
Hey, light skin Eddie. Dark skin Mo, because he swear he ain't that nigga. You are not that much lighter. I mean, that much darker than me.
Shining bright like a diamond up there. Look at him.
First of all,
is that the glare on the head?
Don't say the N word no more, dog. You're not black. Stop.
Black. I am black. I am so black. I am blacker than black. I'm black. Y'all, you don't remember that? CB4?
Eddie Apu Chambers. Eddie Apu Chambers. That's your name.
Yo, real shit though. They've been calling me like Ish. My brother was calling me Ish Kabibble. They was calling me all kind of Habib, all kind of shit because of that. Because they say I look like an Indian. But hey, listen, it's the East Indians, the dark ones, the ones that sit right by the sun. That's me. I'm black. You understand? I'm black.
No. The East Indians. First of all, the Indians are Aryan. Look it up.
Oh, come on with the Aryan Nation bullshit. I am black. Look at my skin, bro. Like, I'm telling you. You know what? Let me get out this light.
If you was in Oz, Saeed Adabeast would have killed you. You'll be with shillings in them.
Come on, man. Hey, look at my skin. Hold on, Mo, you ain't that much darker than me, bro. Look at this. And
He talking to you, dog.
huh? What you say? What you say?
Just be honest with him, though, dog. Talk to your boy.
I'm dark. Look at this. Look at that darkness. Like Charlie Murphy. Darkness, you know what I mean?
Whiteness. Yeah. Whiteness.
No. Darkness. You know what I'm
Wait,
saying?
It's your last episode? It's your last episode of 30 days, no days off?
Yeah.
This is the last episode.
This is the last one.
Right here. This is perfect.
With Mo talking shit on light-skinned dudes, hating on us. I ain't light-skinned. Why did I say that?
True came out. You'll never be dark-skinned. You're banned from Wakanda. Banned.
Man, I live. Hey, I started Wakanda. What you talking
You're
about?
from Ozark. No, you're from Ozarka. You're from the Ozarks. The Appalachian.
Hold on, nigga. Hold on.
You're a hillbilly.
Hey, I was one of the
bands.
Yo, yeah, this dude give me a hard time because I'm black and beautiful, like blacks. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, you play the banjo, dog. You play bluegrass.
The banjo?
Yeah, you play the banjo, dog. Listen,
this ain't Black Snake Moan. Like, what you talking about?
Next time, listen, next time, get some like Tevin Farmer, Hank Lundy on here with me. so we can talk about the combat sports. Cause you got Eddie over here with makeup on, got bad hairline. Man, Eddie, you said Eddie about to gentrify Wakanda. Nah, it ain't gonna happen. Hey, he banned. He banned Wakanda.
With makeup on?
Take your ass to Ozarks, Eddie. Appalachian Mountains ass. Yeah, but guess what? Middle Tennessee's the South, though, not the Ozarks. Listen,
yo, I'm fucking
Eddie from West Virginia. You from West Virginia?
I'm from West Virginia. Come on.
Yeah.
I ain't from West Virginia.
I'm from Pittsburgh.
Hey, I'm from fucking Pittsburgh, nigga. That's where I come from.
That's right by West Virginia.
It is, but it doesn't mean that I'm like the. It is close. It's close. I used to beat people up from West Virginia a lot. But listen,
no,
I did. No, hey, listen. Just because you from Alabama and all that shit don't mean that I'm West Virginia. You know what I'm saying? Cut that shit out.
West Virginia. Bro, listen, Alabama. You're from West Virginia, dog.
I'm from Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh is right by West Virginia on the border.
Pittsburgh is in PA though. It's in
no. You're probably on the border. You're probably on the border. You probably live on West Virginia, but probably live on the border. Probably part of your property was on the border of Pittsburgh,
West Virginia,
Pittsburgh, which is really from West Virginia.
No,
your property lies on both state lines. That's what it is.
But listen, I'm from Pittsburgh in the city.
Black hillbilly. You're a black hillbilly. You chew tobacco. You play banjo.
Chew tobacco?
Yeah, you chew tobacco. Yeah, I seen it.
What?
Yeah. Huh? Drinking bourbon and whiskey. You seen that? Drinking bourbon and whiskey.
Mo making shit up. That's what you doing now.
Listen. This is how I know. Because check this out, right? You're cool with Tyson Fury, right? Tyson Fury's a gypsy.
Oh, no.
The gypsies, the gypsies are cool with hillbillies and the people from the Ozark Mountains. Just like you. Yeah.
No.
Yes, the Ozarkers and the Appalachian Mountains.
Now, do you know that gypsies are lower than blacks over there? So what you talk? See, so that lets you know I'm hood, son. I'm hood.
No, you're light skinned.
I am the darkest. I am the darkest of the darks of the hood,
gypsy,
son.
Probably
yes.
Gypsies, because gypsies are all white. Ain't no black gypsies. Ain't no black gypsies. Ain't no black gypsies, dog.
Hey, listen. So what you talk? Hey, I'm telling you, I'm black. I don't know what you think you talk about.
Just like the Amish. Ain't no black Amish but Eddie. So he's white.
You know what?
Ain't no black gypsies but Eddie.
I'm white. So great. I'm so great. I created my own lane in both races, son. What you talking about? And they ain't even racist. That's me. That's how I do it.
So you're transracial?
I'm
You're
trans. Hey,
transracial?
no, I ain't trans shit. Don't give me the trans. I ain't no tranny of nothing. No.
You said you transracial.
No,
You said you
I
trans.
am not trans. I am.
First of all, you said you're white. Do you not?
I'm not white. I said I have white members in my family. You probably do too, but I have white members in my family. Yes, you do.
No.
Yes, you do.
No. Listen, Eddie, you said you're white because you said like the gypsies and the Amish, which are white.
Oh my
You
God.
said you're there too.
Not true.
And you chew tobacco.
Where is the Abraham Lincoln hat?
Yeah, where is
it? I don't know. You should be wearing it though. Man, y'all look. As much as I'm enjoying this shit, I have to eat. You know what I'm saying? I am on a 20. Huh?
Eat at midnight. What you finna eat? With Amish pies? Chump ass. look at it, man. Look, Eddie's the lamest boxer I ever met.
Huh?
When you're cool for an Amish guy, but you're lame for a boxer. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh. Hey, listen. I'm gangster, Mo. You know, hold on.
Gangster what? Video games?
Gangster at boxing.
Oh, you can't dunk the basketball.
I can. hey, Mo. I can beat you, Mo.
In what?
In basketball. I'll bust your ass on the court, Mo.
Can you beat Coach Ed in the boxing match, Eddie?
On what? On the game?
Can you beat Coach Ed? No, can you beat in the boxing ring? You're a trainer.
I ain't fighting Ed in the ring. I ain't worried about that. No. Hey, listen.
Who's the greatest CrossFit fighter? You or Coach Anthony? Who wins that fight? Who wins that one?
Why are you this light black dude over here talking that crazy shit? Like,
hey, so Coach Anthony, when you moving to Florida?
It's gonna happen, man. Probably next year, 2022.
When you darken up to your true complexion that you act like you are, your ass ain't that dark.
Man, Coach Anthony fake laughing now. I see Coach Anthony fake laughing. Yo, hey, you fake laughing. Look, Eddie, you're not much funny. You're as funny as Hampton on a kid.
Oh,
you're as funny as now you're
gonna say my jokes are light skinned too.
Oh, your ice cream humor bores me. Like I said earlier, it's not funny.
Oh my gosh! Like, are you serious?
As funny as, it's as funny as kids killing babies. I mean, not baby kittens. That shit ain't funny.
Listen, hold up. There are some really quality light skinned comedians. I'm just letting you know that right now.
They were good in the '90s. Hell, they were great in the '90s. Yeah.
What's the difference now? There's gonna be some. They still exist. What you talking about?
Okay, name me 3 light-skinned comedians right now that wrecking shop. I'll wait.
I don't even know.
I'm trying to think. Honestly, I ain't even thinking about that right now.
That's always funny. The last thing I have is Richard Pryor.
What? Hey, I know Pierre.
Richard Pryor and Pierre were the last 2 that were funny.
Let me see.
All the great comedians are dark skinned, man. All of them. Paul Mooney's dead. My bad. 3. All the great comedians are dark skinned.
What? Okay. Let me think. Start naming comedians.
What about Eddie Murphy? Stop. Eddie Murphy? Kevin Hart?
It's my complexion.
Michael Blackson?
Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy. Michael Blackson. Why did I go to Michael Blackson?
Kevin Hart. We wrecking shop. We can't be stopped. We want everything. Listen,
you heard him.
The only thing y'all run is modeling, maybe. y'all that transracial shit. One day, Coach Anthony is Puerto Rican. The next day, he hates you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is.
Man, cut this bullshit out. My food is getting cold, motherfucker. You know? and you getting lighter every second, Mo. What you talking about, man?
Let me guess. You eating goulash? Let me guess. You eating goulash? You probably eating goulash. Yeah, go ahead, get your European meal. Goulash. You know what I'm saying? Goulash? Go eat that nasty shit.
My food is motherfucking delicious, nigga. What you talking about? and I'm
you see,
black, I can say
you are
nigga,
turning
all
red.
right?
You are
Huh?
turning red. You can't say the N word, man. Please stop.
Look at
I'm
my
gonna,
face.
you
I've
might,
never been red.
you might get canceled, dog, if you keep on saying the. 'Cause
What?
look, the N word is set for African Americans to use. Myself is one of them.
And you telling me I'm not African American?
I
I
don't
at
know
least
which one.
have some.
You're American. You get the American part right.
I
The
have,
African
I
part.
have, I do have some African blood somewhere in me. It ain't that much, but it's enough. Okay,
Yeah, 2%.
it is,
Yeah,
huh?
you probably like
50%.
8%. Probably like 50% Eastern European, 29%
Oh
Australian.
no,
You know what
you
I'm
did not
saying?
say. You know what, Mo? You
40%
might be
Russian.
more Eastern European than me, with your dark, light skinned motherfucking ass. Like you,
Hey,
you might.
look at
You,
your nose. Look at your nose. Your
that's
nose
what
is
I'm saying.
pointed.
Look at my Mo.
It's
Who has the
pointed.
blacker? Who has the
It's
blacker nose?
pointed.
Who has the
Me.
blacker nose? Me.
And my lip. Look at my lips. Your lips are
My
white,
lips
dog. Your
ain't-
lips
my
are
lips
pink.
ain't-
Look,
Look at my
your skin's
shit.
the palm of my hand. The palm of my hand is complexion of your skin, dog.
What? Hold up. Hold up. What you
It's
talking
pink.
about, man? My
Yeah.
skin dark.
It's
Look,
pink.
I ain't
Bro,
gonna.
you're sunburned. You're sunburned, man.
Hey, I'm dark, nigga. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm real. I'm a black man. All right. I'm a black man. Black.
First of all, listen. First of all, look. So y'all two need to talk to Anthony Joshua because he
Huh?
let y'all down bad. Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
Anthony
I'm
Joshua
darker.
let y'all down.
I'm darker than Anthony Joshua, nigga.
No,
What you
no,
talking
no. Y'all
about?
just making question. I don't know. Wait, what y'all think about that fight? He went out there look stupid, huh? He looked bad.
Oh. Who? Yeah.
Joshua and Usyk.
Usyk was just, you know what I mean? I picked Joshua because I thought he was gonna do. He was gonna go in. No, I thought he was going to use his size and to be aggressive and like try to get him out of there. And he tried to box with him, and that was. Huh?
Listen, look, Eddie. So listen, take this all, not no disrespect, but he went out there fighting like you,
Who out there
trying to
fighting
use
like
skill.
you?
Yeah,
Oh
he went out there trying to use skill, but he can't get the skills to fight like you.
no,
So
he don't.
instead,
That's true.
no,
That's true.
because instead, if he'll fight like a true dark skinned warrior, but he's not dark skinned, he'll got him out there in 3 or 4 rounds.
True
But
be
if he fight
so.
light skin,
But
you'll get a decision. If
Anthony
you fight
Joshua
light
is
skin,
African.
yeah, no, but
He
listen,
is
light skin
African.
African, light skin African.
No, what is
He ain't no
the
Shaka
deal? He's
Zulu.
African.
Listen, he ain't no Shaka Zulu because Shaka Zulu used to go hard to paint. You know what I'm saying? Shaka Zulu go hard.
You know, I beat a lot of dark skinned dudes. You know that, right? I'm just letting you know.
But
I beat a
yeah,
lot of them
probably.
too.
Yeah, on the downside of their career, yes.
I
You caught
beat
it when they
their ass.
old.
It don't.
When they
Hey, listen.
old.
I beat
You
a
caught it
couple.
when they old.
I beat their ass. I beat their ass in the gym. I beat
Yeah.
their ass in the ring. I beat
On
their
the
ass everywhere.
downside of their career, yes, I understand.
Oh,
When they're older, yeah, dude, 45 years old, you should beat them. If you're in your 20s and you're
I
sparring
beat a
40-year-old
I
man,
beat a
you should
dark.
beat them.
I beat a dark skinned African
Yeah, probably 50,
one fight
over
after
50.
he lost the title. And
Yeah,
he's African
50,
and he's dark
57
skinned.
years
And I
old. Yeah,
beat
he's
his
old.
ass with one hand.
Oh, I know. Old. He was old. Yeah, past his
He
prime.
wasn't old. I
And past
beat
his
him.
prime.
He just had the title. How is that past his prime?
Bro, people get old overnight all the time. All the time. Manny Pacquiao got old overnight, did he not, Coach Anthony? Because remember this? Oh, I don't see Ugas beating him. Remember that noise you're talking? Ugas ain't beating.
No. I didn't say that. I said
yeah.
Ugas was a tough fight. I said Ugas was a tough fight, and I gave him credit for taking that
Hey, look,
fight.
just remember this picture.
Don't try to do that.
Remember this damn picture, Mo. I beat their ass no matter what type of part of their career they was on. I beat a lot of black asses.
Yeah, of course, bro. You should.
Eddie, are you the dark skin killer?
I am. You know what? Good point. I might be the dark skinned nigga killer. Yeah.
Hey,
You got to embrace that.
Who's that one Olympian heavyweight? He's from Rhode Island, like Boo Boo. He was an Olympian in 2004. Heavyweight.
Oh, hold on. You a Boo Boo believer now?
Estrada. I'm talking about Estrada. Yeah, you remind me of him. Estrada. Jason Estrada.
Jason. Yeah, Jason. Yeah. That's
Remember
what
like skin
I like
heavyweight.
Jason the Truck. Huh?
But but Eddie, don't feel bad because Mo be going for all the light skinned fighters. He thought
Why,
that he
man?
think Errol Spence better than Terrence Crawford. He over here thinking
Bro.
he over here thinking Virgil Ortiz might be able to hang in there with Boots. You know what I'm saying? He going against all the dark skinned guys, bro. So don't even
Gonna
feel
talk
bad.
all this shit about
got
dark skinned
nothing going
warriors,
on.
Boots is
Shaka
true.
Zulu.
So listen. First of all, they from Texas. First of all, second, Boots the truth. I think that him and Virgil Ortiz will be the super fight in the future.
Who you think
That's
gonna
the
win?
super fight.
You disappointing me, Mo. You
I don't know. We'll
disappointing
see
me,
what
Mo.
happens in the
Oh,
future.
now don't switch up
Yeah.
now, Mo. Don't switch
No,
up now.
We're gonna see what happens in
I
the
don't know.
future.
We'll see. Because anything can happen. Look, I think that Virgil Ortiz. I mean, Virgil Ortiz is a more, and I think he's a younger version, a better, a more disciplined version of Fernando Vargas, in my opinion.
Okay.
Jerron Anderson, son, I can't even explain who he is because he can do so much. I can't, bro. Like he's like Milton Taylor mixed with Roy Jones, mixed with Floyd. But he can fight both stances and he can punch from both stances. But the only thing is that he has too much Milton Taylor in him, so he'll fight when he don't got to. You feel what I'm saying? He'll
I agree
fight when he
with
don't
that.
have to. That's
That is the only
thing.
thing that I think beats Boots is that he mess around, get caught on some bullshit.
That's the only thing. That's the only thing. That's my only concern with him. But other than that, he's probably one of the most complete fighters I've seen
in a while.
I can't, bro. His defense is good from both stances.
He can fight.
His offense is good from both stances. He can fight going forwards and backwards. His body work is good. His chin is good. His gas tank is good. Damn.
He's the first fighter in a long time that's like the boogeyman for real. Like, don't nobody want to see that boy.
Yeah, and he loves it. He
fighter in a
fucking
long
loves it.
time that I've seen is the real life boogeyman in boxing, bro. Like,
no, but the thing is, him and Virgil Ortiz is something special because Virgil's 26-0 or something like that, 25-0 with 25 knockouts, something like that. Boots is like 8-10-0 with like 17 knockouts or something like that and win no contest because of headbutt. But the way he wins fights, it's shit.
I want to say, look, that shit, I would like to see it. I ain't gonna lie, but I'd rather wait a little bit. I wouldn't want to see him fight now. I'd rather see him fight for something.
Yeah, I rather wait because I want to get pushed too far because I want to see a Panchito Bajado situation. I want to see him flirt and become something.
I remember Panchito. I remember him.
Yeah, I know my boxing, dog. I tell you, I'm a boxing head, dog.
Yeah,
Eddie,
I liked him. He was good back in the day.
Almost.
Yeah, he might know more guys than me. Maybe.
Yeah, he does. He might.
Yeah, he might. Yeah, he might. Man, he might. I mean, I know a lot, but I was in the shit, and I was following the lighter weight guys. I always like lighter weight guys more than heavyweights. I like skill and speed and shit like that more so than, the just being big and knocking guys out. I mean, don't get me wrong. In the '90s, heavyweights had a lot of skills too. You know what I mean? But I just like the lighter weight guys more. You know what I mean? I always just gravitated to that. That's why my style is the way it is. I like Mosley and Mayweather and De La Hoya, Roy Jones, Corte, all of those guys back in the day I used to watch. Ike Corte was that dude. I was a big fan of Corte. Huh?
Yeah, great jets. So let me ask you this: who are your three favorite fighters? Three favorite fighters, heavyweight, and then all divisions.
All right, well, heavyweight, Holyfield. Thinking Holyfield. I used to like. I liked Bo too, but Holyfield, Tyson, Holyfield. Those were two of my favorites. Like, because that was my era that I really, really watched when I was a kid. Like, it was around the '90s. So, let me think of another heavyweight. I don't have shit. Who else?
No, Larry Holmes. That's Larry Holmes.
He was a little before me. Like before that, he's a little before me. Like I didn't watch a lot of Larry Holmes. He had a nice smooth jab though. He was nice. He was great. He was great. He was definitely he's on the Mount Rushmore. That movie, he's tough. He's great. But it's the guys I was watching. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't see a lot of him. You know what I'm saying? Like I like the Bows, the Holyfields, the Tysons, and Lennox and guys like that is where I was really, really locked in on them. And then, Galatas, then, they had fights with them. And Oliver McCall was around. I mean, just who else was it around that time? Shannon came a little later.
Ray Mercer.
Ray Mercer's another one I like.
Don't forget, but Larry Holmes around that time too. Larry Holmes came and beat Ray Mercer.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Larry Holmes came back.
Larry Holmes was around for a while. He was around for a while. Yeah, he was around for a while, and he stuck for a while. Larry Holmes is tough. Even with Tyson, he was giving Tyson the leather for a second until he got caught.
Coming out for 2-year layoff. Coming out for 2-year layoff.
Yeah. I mean, Larry Holmes was that dude. Look. He got the best jab, one of the best jabs I've ever seen. That shit was crazy.
The best jab in combat sports ever.
Yeah, his jab was nasty. But as far as heavyweights, those are the three. I mean, because Bo was so smooth with his inside outside attack. It's just Bo.
He's like my favorite of all time.
Bo.
Holyfield. Jab, left hook, right hook. That's a combo. Jab, left hook, or jab, right hook, left hook.
The way he would break downstairs and body off the right hand.
He was complete. He was complete offensively for sure. But my favorite was Holyfield because Holyfield had
I keep saying Mo. You like Holyfield's skill set better than Riddick Bowe's skill set? I'm not saying as a fighter.
Who, me or
you?
Oh, me. I just like him as a package, his whole package. I mean, the skill set Bo had, he probably might have been one of the best skilled ever as a heavyweight, bro. He was ridiculous. He was like, he had everything. But with guys like that, they got everything, got all the talent, all that. They got issues. He couldn't stay out the refrigerator, and he couldn't stay. He couldn't even want to train hard. You know what I mean? Huh?
Hey, Eddie, quick question. Okay. Who are your two, if you name two boxers that you're like, all right, these motherfuckers are bad, I can watch them anytime. Who are they?
James Toney's the first one. James Toney, he's my all-time favorite.
James Toney, one of the best I've ever seen.
Yo, he is probably one of the most underrated skill fighters I've ever of all time. Like, I'm talking about this motherfucker can do absolutely anything.
I don't think he's underrated.
He's underrated. He's underrated because people are not gonna put him in the top 10 or 15.
You know who's underrated? I'll tell you underrated. You know who underrated is?
Who?
Mike McCallum's underrated.
Okay,
that's underrated.
Okay, Mike McCallum.
Bosa Edwards underrated. Their names out there. The underrated, Orlando Carnazales.
But people don't.
James Toney's underrated.
No, the reason why I'm saying it is because I think he has some of the best skills, maybe the best skills ever. Period. Watch him fight, bro. I can literally watch him fight all the time, all day. Just keep watching reruns of his shit. Because of the way he fights and how he shoulder rolls, the way he slips and fighting southpaws, fighting orthodox. This motherfucker was that dude. I was like, yo, when I didn't realize it when I was young. I used to be a real big fan of Shane Mosley, and I was like, oh man, I'm a big fan of Shane. You know what I mean? Knocking guys out, how fast he was, how sharp he was. And then I started watching James, and I started really paying attention to James, and I was like, this motherfucker is the truth. I was like, yo. Looking at when Roy Jones beat him, I'm like, dude, sometimes it made me think, I don't know how he did. But then I look at Roy, and Roy was another animal. Like, Roy was out of this world. Like, Roy had, speed and power and ability to move. And he was, doing shit technically wrong in a lot of ways, but he was just so good and athletic that he was able to overcome all of it. Roy Jones would have never... He would have never lost a fight. Yeah, he would have never lost a fight. If he could have stayed in just exited at the right time, he obviously would have never lost a fight. I don't even think Tarver, even though Tarver was a tough spot for him.
Tarver was not beat him.
I tell you why I didn't think. I tell you why I didn't think. I didn't think Tarver would beat him. I watched him fight Tarver, the one where he was weak when he came. If he would have never went up to heavyweight and then come back down to 175 to fight Tarver, I think he would have been able to beat him easier. The problem with Roy, the problem with that fight is once he did come back down and got reacclimated to the weight, I think he was done. I think he was done at that time. That was the beginning of the end for him. Then once Tarver caught him with that shot and stopped him.
I think Tarver punched with him because here's the thing, right?
Well, that's true.
That's the thing. Tarver's like I punched with him, and that's the only other than who dropped him? Not Dave Telesco, but it was light skinned dude that trains by Dude Jack from Florida.
Was it Ricky?
He's a train with
Lou Doval?
Yeah, Lou Doval. Lou Doval dropped him. Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
He punching with, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
but even then, like those guys would do it. Like some of those fighters would punch a Roy.
Yeah,
but even Montel Griffin.
But here's the thing, right? How many of those guys had the pedigree that Tarver had,
or the power?
Yeah.
I think Tarver got underrated power too.
Or the dimensions, you know what I'm saying? So
I wasn't the biggest fan of Tarver, Scott. I think you're right about him punching with him, and I think his punching power in the southpaw stance and where it was coming from was what created the opportunity for him. I still think that Tarver, he could have beat Tarver if he would have stayed disciplined. That's the fight he needed to stay disciplined in. If he would have stayed disciplined, he would have beat.
Tarver got pushed back because Tarver had a weird style. Tarver had a fight with a guy. I forgot who the guy was, but Tarver came back to beat him. The guy broke Tarver's jaw in the fight.
Eric Harding. Was it Eric Harding?
Eric Harding. Yep, yeah. Eric Harding. Yeah.
And
he punched his shoulder out. He punched punched his shoulder out. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Eric Harding. Eric Harding was good too.
Yeah, Eric Harding was good. Yeah, but when Tarver overcame him with the rematch, Tarver, that's what put Tarver's like, you know what? I got this. I've seen Roy in the past, and that's when Tarver started talking, started showing up to press conferences.
Because he thought he would beat him. He thought he would beat him.
Yep.
I get it. I still think if Roy would have never went to heavyweight, beat Ruiz, and then come back down and fight him, if he would have fought him at the time before he did that, he beat Tarver, bro. I'm telling you. That's too much.
That's if I could be like, hey, imagine if Bernard Hopkins never got arrested and lived a good life and has mamas alive. He could be the greatest boxer of all time. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe.
Eddie,
that's true.
Eddie. If it was a spliff, we all be fucked up.
That's true. That's true. I think it was on Roy's part the decision making. You know what I mean? To come back and fight him and let him talk him into that fight. He should have just let it go. When you went to heavyweight, stay at heavyweight, fight a few of the heavyweights that you know you can beat, and then retire, bro. That's what he should have done. But Roy just was he just was so drawn to the game, and he just kept wanting to fight. That's what makes him do this Triller thing with Mike Tyson.
His ego.
Yeah, it's that ego. If he would have fucking left and done what Andre Ward is doing right now, he would have been good. Yeah, he would have never really lost a fight, and he would have. Huh? Listen, Roy Jones
lost, the disqualification loss. That would have been it.
Exactly. Roy Jones may have been the greatest fighter to ever put on gloves. If you look at it, what he done to people and done to fighters.
I didn't hear neither one of y'all mention Floyd Mayweather. Why doesn't Floyd get mentioned? You know what I'm saying? To me, Floyd Mayweather.
I was going to mention
what you feel about James Toney. That's how I feel about Floyd.
Well, I was going to mention Floyd. I was going to mention Floyd, but I think. This is crazy. I'm going to say this, but I think if he fought James, bro, and James was at 154 at one point, 160, 154. If he, I just don't think he could have fucked with James. I'm just being honest. I don't. I think James was too tough and didn't give a fuck about getting hit. He would have been on his ass, bro. I really do.
But James had a problem with Roy, and Floyd to me was better than Roy's skill set.
Size, weight cut.
Yeah. I think Roy's faster. I think Roy's faster, more explosive, even at a heavier weight, starting at a heavier weight. Roy, like I said, he was a dude. And then even Michael Nunn. Remember what happened with Michael Nunn? And Michael Nunn was beating James, beating him like almost every round, and then got caught at the end. So I do see what you're saying, and it's a possibility. And Floyd is great defensively. So yes, that is true. But I feel like if James would have been able to keep him close enough, cut the ring off, be in range. I think, and James at 154 was lightning fast, bro.
Well, Floyd wasn't really a 154 pounder, so I don't really look at that fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying if I'm matching them up, skill for skill, I think James
James got to come down on 150 to fight Floyd, or we got to bring him down. We got to do a catch weight. Now he's drained.
And you know he ain't doing that shit. And not doing it.
Floyd gonna beat him at a catch weight.
I'm gonna tell you though, Floyd is a tough spot for a lot of fighters. But I don't think
skill-wise, you know why I say Floyd? Because a lot of people don't want to give Floyd his flowers because of his personality. But this is what I mean.
Floyd is one of the greatest of all time.
When you watch any of the greats, right? We could put on any great you want, and then you put on Floyd Mayweather right after, and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, that's true. That's how I feel about James. That's how I feel about James.
I'm gonna tell you something. Like the reason why I'm out there with Floyd, because the reason why I'm like that with James, because James was so far away. So like I can damn, he was that good. But Floyd, I'm like, yeah, Floyd was good as fuck because he's only been retired for a few years.
Yeah,
James Tony's been gone. Prime James Tony's been gone for a while. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Since Philly Giron.
You missed that.
Since Philly Giron. Before, we can go back on YouTube and see when he fought Canelo, when he fought Conor, when he fought so-and-so, because
that's true.
But James Toney, we saw, but Floyd fought, when we saw Pretty Boy Floyd, we saw someone that was like a young James Toney trying to get people out of there. Money Mayweather was not the same killer. You know what I'm saying?
That he was back then. That's right. That's true.
If you look at James Toney, like he went out there to kill at all times. Pretty Boy Floyd went out there to kill at all times. Money Mayweather went out there to win and cash checks.
Yeah. That's true.
Different mentality.
How do you feel about Canelo versus James Toney? Canelo versus James Toney dream match.
Ooh, that is a gorgeous fight.
Yo, that's gonna be good. That'd be a great fight too. Canelo's that good where I'm like, I'd love to see him fight Ward. I'd love to see him fight Hopkins. I'd love to see him fight all them motherfuckers, man. Because he's that good.
That fight might be one of the best fights to ever put together a dream fight. That's a badass fight. Think about the skill level in that shit. And both of them motherfuckers are fighting.
Like my personal opinion, I think James does everything that Canelo tries to do, but a little bit better. Other than the body work, I think Canelo got the better body work and the better feints.
Well, here's the thing.
James had better defense. James had better footwork.
At what weight class though? Here's the problem. Here's the thing to remember. At 168, he wasn't at 168 too long. Remember?
Who's that, James?
So the heavyweight.
Oh, we got to go to 160. We got to do it at 160.
That's prime.
Canelo wasn't at 160 long either. Canelo could be at 168 longer than 160.
I mean, to me, Canelo's best wins was at 160.
No, but I think Canelo's best weight class, honestly, is going to be 168. I see him staying here longer. 160, he was there briefly.
I think he had
3 fights.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think he got a good mix of being a little bit too fast for him, a little bit too athletic.
Yeah,
let's say too fast for those guys at 168, and being able to punch hard enough, hard enough and strong enough to deal with them too. So he does have like a good mix of the perfect storm there. It's like when you look at Vladimir, and for the longest time he was 6'7", 240 something pounds, but he was still athletic enough to deal with the guys smaller than him, and everybody who was his size was too robotic and too slow. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like that perfect storm. That's what he was. That's why they find that.
Why didn't James Toney and Bernard ever mix it up?
Ooh, I don't know. I do not know.
Size, because by the time they could have met, James Toney was up at light heavyweight, I believe.
Oh yeah. But then Bernard went up there later.
No, he went up there later to fight Tarver at catchweight, 170. Right. Remember?
No. What do you think about this comment? Because I got my thoughts on this. Canelo beats Toney. Too lazy. Montel McCullough gave Toney problems off work rate alone. Toney won't be able to counter Canelo. Canelo can do what they do close fight though. I don't feel like a 160 James Toney was a lazy fighter whatsoever.
Let me tell you something. Most of these dudes who watching this or comment, I mean, I don't know. Maybe he does know a little bit more about, but we're watching Canelo right now. You don't remember James like I remember James, yo. Let me tell you something. James Toney was a fucking bad motherfucker in that ring. And I don't say that lightly, bro, about anybody. This dude was that. Yo, I told you, I would watch.
James Toney
got Iran Barkley.
Bigger.
Iran Barkley. That shit.
Yeah, the Iron Barkley fight. He threw how many punches he threw?
Whoa, listen, that's my favorite fight to watch. I'm an Iron Barkley fan. I fuck with Iron Barkley.
He took, and I like that. Right, he took Iran Barkley to, well, he took him everywhere, to school, to the cleaners, to the goddamn grave site. He took that motherfucker everywhere. He took him everywhere, to the bus stop. 2 buckets of sunflower seeds later, this motherfucker was gone. He was done. I'm telling you, that's why I'm telling you, James Toney is, when I say underrated, I don't mean underrated like
the stuff that Canelo tries to do defensively. James
Toney does a lot. Yo, I love what Canelo does. That's why I'm a fan of Canelo.
Canelo only does a little bit of that shit. And
no. But see, Canelo does. See, here's the thing, right? Defensively, I'm gonna be real with you. I think James Toney is better defensively than Floyd, as far as like counter offense and countering.
Oh, no, he's better than Floyd at shoulder rolling.
No. Counter punching. Yeah, defensively.
Floyd had the footwork that James Toney doesn't have.
No. I'm talking about counter punching because Floyd can make it miss and make it miss. But I'm talking about if you watch when James Toney fought Vasily Jirov.
Yo,
watch that fight. That's my favorite fight to watch. I watch that fight. At least every 2 months, I watch it.
That's the same shit, bro. Like I'll watch that shit.
That was a work of art.
Yo, I'm telling you, that fight was a badass. And Jirov is a southpaw, bro.
Yep,
the shit he was doing in that fight.
In Kazakhstan, he was the original Triple G.
What's beautiful about James Toney is because he could square up. He could square up on the inside, come back with hooks. Like he used to do all types of shit.
James Toney, I feel like when he was fighting Jirov, I feel like it looked so fluid that you figure it was a game plan. But I think he was just adjusting as the fight was going on.
I'm gonna say something. It's good.
I love James Toney. He said, "Don't let Ann fool you." James Toney was my favorite fighter. Absolutely, but I just like Floyd because Floyd put it all together. That's what it is for me.
I see what you mean.
It depends with Floyd. Because think about this, right, Kate? So I think, okay, Floyd, Pretty Boy Floyd, and James Toney, lights out James Toney at 160 were kind of similar. Except Floyd was more disciplined. James Toney let his hands go more, in my opinion, because
he put them together like this more. Where Floyd was more like jab you.
But I think it depends on what you like. But I think as far as like just pure defense, Floyd was better because Floyd can move more. But pure counter offense,
Floyd was okay with blocking. Floyd would block.
No, but I'm talking about counter offense.
Everything with Toney was, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But Toney was always in position to land a shot.
That's what I mean. So I mean, if you miss a Toney, he's hitting you with something hard.
Yes.
Floyd, it wasn't guaranteed he's always gonna miss you with something. He might touch you, tap you, and move. But James Toney, with the counter punch, you were getting hurt. You know what I'm saying? The body shots. Listen, if you look at body work, man, James Toney with the body way better than Floyd did. Floyd's still
better body work, James Toney or Canelo?
That's a good one too.
God damn,
you know what? They're good. They're both. Well, Canelo's actually really good.
I think Canelo's better. I think Canelo's a little better.
Body punching?
I think Canelo's better at one punch at a time to the body, but James Toney could put them numbers together.
But the thing is, I think you put them together, but I think Canelo's body shots counted more.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, like when he fought Callum Smith, Smith.
Oh yeah. He was fucking his body up.
He hit Callum Smith in his left arm and detached his fucking bicep to where Callum Smith couldn't throw his left hook no more. Tactics, man. Those are high level tactics. I never. Like, who thinks of that?
Yeah. Honestly, I remember I was in there with Gwen, and his eye started to I cut his eye, and I was thinking like, damn, if I keep hitting that eye, maybe I can get this motherfucker out of here from a cut, because I didn't think I was going to stop him because he just kept coming. I mean, he wasn't able to beat me. I knew he couldn't beat me skill wise or just in general, but I was like, yo, man, just keep going at that eye. So yeah, that's like when you think you see like I got an opportunity, like even. What's his name? Kept punching me in the arm and then tore my shit. I don't know if that was the case. I don't know if that was why when Tomas kept hitting me and then all of a sudden it happened. Yeah.
I don't know if that was the cause of it. Yeah, but I mean, like, that's tactics. It could have been just an accident. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna hit his arm because I can't hit nothing else. You feel me? But it's like you said, if it works, it works. It looks like he was a smart
I've seen
motherfucker.
Triple G do it. I've seen Triple G punch the shoulders. I've seen
And
guys
he
do
punched
that,
hard.
man.
So he punched hard as shit too. So if he punch you in the shoulder, you swell that shit up. You can't even use. That's right. That's true. Roy did it with Eric Harding, like we talked about. It's another way. And Eric Harding was giving Roy work too before that shit. And he started fucking his arm up, and that was it. You're right.
All right, so quick question. Last question for y'all. Name y'all's top 5 boxers in Philly. Because this is gonna be interesting because like
right now
or
I'm talking
in
about
history.
Okay, right now, past and present. Yeah, y'all gonna be stuck here all day.
Yeah.
If Georgie Benton ain't in the 5, y'all fucked. If Georgie Benton in the 5 somewhere, y'all is tripping.
If he
this is the thing.
Oh, of course, he's got to be in it.
Yeah, but listen. Who do we see? Like, literally see, not just try to go look at a couple videos. Even if you can.
Philadelphia is so deep, man. You got.
That's what I'm saying. It's hard.
You got to do it by category of errors because every error had a good solid 5.
You think obviously the main thing that most people want.
Present.
Well, you know, shit. That's right. Danny Garcia.
You got to put the Boots on the top right now.
Yeah, Boots is definitely the guy at this point. For sure. Number one.
The reason why we know Boots is number 1 is because everybody in Philly will tell you he's number 1. Even
because everybody in Philly ain't trying to fucking go over and try to mess with him.
Be like, man, I can't fuck with him. You know what I'm saying?
And we talk about other elite fighters too.
I seen that one light skinned fighter. He had some dark skinned courage to step to Boots and say he wanted to fight him. You know what I'm talking about? Some dude built like Eddie. He's Eddie's complexion.
Who that?
Some light skinned cat in the video.
He from
Boots thing.
Oh, he talking about the boy that used to train at Shooters, man. The one that's
what?
Like the
Blair. Are you fucking kidding me, Blair Cobbs?
He stepped the boots in Vegas.
And guess what? I respect him.
He trained out there in Vegas, Mo, with your people.
That's crazy, Blair.
He said, you know what? He's like, Boots is the truth. He's the man, you know what? But I want some of that. You know, I want to test myself. Because if I want to beat him. You know what I'm saying? If I beat him, it's gonna put me on the map. So you know what? I'm like,
Blair's a good fighter, but he ain't that good.
No, but my thing is, look, if you don't catch somebody, you can better catch them when they're early in their career, because if they don't catch Boots within the next 3 or 4 fights, ain't nobody gonna catch Boots.
Nah, that's what I tell you. I'm telling you. I told people that I was like, listen, the only thing that's gonna stop Boots can go the route Floyd did and literally not lose is if he just has to stay a little more disciplined.
If we're gonna talk about current Philadelphia fighters, we gotta say Boots. We gotta say Stephen Fulton. All right, Stephen Fulton.
Yeah, right now. Yeah, he's definitely up there right now.
We gotta keep Danny Garcia in that list because Danny Garcia is still
Danny. What about J-Rock?
Nah, I don't know, man. I think he might have got knocked out that list.
Well, I mean, are we talking about like?
Don't get me wrong, J-Rock's a bad motherfucker, but I mean, as of late, I don't know.
Okay, so it's who's on top at this actual moment. Not
even though Danny Garcia's lost recently, Danny Garcia never really got beat up. You know.
Yeah. I guess I like Danny. I would put Danny in the conversation. That's one of the first names I thought of too.
But I get. I mean, I don't know, bro. There's 2 slots missing. I don't know who to give them to.
Wait, hold up.
I think I'm gonna say Tevin Farmer. My guy, Tevin Farmer, is still up there.
Brian Jennings. Bridgerweight. He's a Bridgerweight. He's ranked the Bridgerweight division.
I mean, I don't know. I can't think of it. I can't think of anybody.
I can't really think of nobody else from Philly at the moment. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody, but I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm
Hank Lundy.
My man Hank Lundy. Oh, Hank Lundy is dog.
Hank don't give a fuck about nothing. He'll fight anything and anybody.
The boy Cepeda, who I held mitts for in Orlando, was calling out Hank, and he wound up getting stopped in one round against somebody who everybody thought Hank beat.
Yeah,
the Mexican kid. And Hank's still beating guys who they thought
he's still a player though. Hank is still out there. He's still trying. Not necessarily trying. He's still doing it. That motherfucker's still around.
Yeah,
like talk about he's gonna retire, and then all of a sudden, I know what.
I don't know if we could consider Blair Philly anymore. I don't know if we can consider King Gabriel Rosado Philly anymore.
Well, I mean, that's where they got. That's where they came up at.
I mean, you gotta give you guys gotta fit somewhere. So Philly got like 10, really. You can't really just say
there's a lot, especially like right now. There's a lot.
Eddie, are you Pittsburgh or Philly? Because you grew up in Philly. Your best part of your career was Philly.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I had some interesting times in Pittsburgh, but definitely Philly was where I got the stripes, 100% as a professional. Motherfucker. Yo, that's right. That's right. These crazy Bamas up in this motherfucker.
When I talked to Eddie earlier today, I said, "Yo, Eddie, I'm gonna bring you on my live. It's my last episode of No Days Off." He said,
"Fucking bastard."
He said, "I got 30 minutes for you." We've been on this bitch for 3 hours, 2 hours and 55 seconds.
I've been on here for like what?
Real quick question for Moto. Mo, what do you know about Pitbull that's fighting Tank?
Isaac Cruz?
He's tough.
He's tough. He's tough. I watched him fight Magdalene. I've seen him fight twice. He's tough. I'm just not sure if he could deal with Tank's athleticism or power. But the thing is, he's gonna be Tank's face. No, but he's gonna be Tank's face. So if you're in someone's chest, it's gonna be hard for them to generate power. You know what I'm saying? He's like a pit bull. He's rabid. He comes to fight, so it'll be a high-paced, high-action fight.
That's why I liked it. When I heard they made that fight, I was like, this is going to be an interesting fight. Regardless of, even if Tank gets him out of there or whatever, for the time that it's going on, it's going to be interesting because he's definitely coming.
I want to see Tank fight like Taylor, Prograis.
Is he fighting on Sunday? This Sunday?
It's not Saturday. Saturday.
It's not on a Sunday? Somebody was on a Sunday. That's why I want to make sure I'm not bugging.
Nah, I'm pretty sure you're bugging, man. Ain't nobody talking
Saturday. That'd be a Saturday, bro.
All right. Man, so is that this Saturday?
Yeah. Hey, you do realize we've been on this thing for 3 hours. And that's about how much time I got left to go to damn sleep. Thanks, Ant. Thanks, Ant.
2 minutes I'm thinking off.
Well, we got No Days Off November, man. We ended it on a bang. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you damn sure. Yeah, we did. And my food is cold, even though it was a salad. Motherfucker.
Yeah, right.
What is it? My galoshe.
Microwaves. Eddie don't believe in microwaves. They can't warm the shit up.
It's a salad. I'm not gonna warm up a goddamn salad.
How did your food get cold if it's a salad?
Well, because I put warm stuff on top of it. God damn it! Now, motherfucker, I ain't got no opportunity to. I can't warm it back up now. I just got to eat that shit cold. It's kind of tofu.
Well, you eat tofu?
No, I don't fuck with tofu. I don't fuck with tofu. I don't fuck with tofu much. I don't. I do like veggies made in meat ways. Pause.
You probably go to church too. You probably go to church, huh?
Nah, that's the problem. I forgot your arms. I ain't been to church.
The fight is on a Sunday. The fight is on a Sunday. I wasn't tripping.
Okay, so I know you ain't watch it then. Eddie ain't watch it. Yeah, Black Mormon. You know what I'm saying? He ain't watch it. Yeah, Black Mormon. He ain't watching it on Sunday.
He hating. He is hating.
So is the Diaz fight this weekend?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not going to that. I was telling Tevin, yo, we might go to that, but man, I ain't going to that.
We're fighting in Vegas, right?
Hey, I got something for y'all. You know where I'm about to go? I'm about to go 2 fucking feet from me and eat this motherfucking goulash or whatever the fuck you call it.
Right here on the right here on the live. Eddie, why'd you wait?
I ain't eating this. I ain't eating on the live. What I look like, nigga? You crazy, man.
Hey, you gotta stop saying the F word if you get canceled. I'm telling you. One more time.
I can't help it, man. I'm black.
Cancel your
You know
ass,
what I'm
dog.
saying? Hey man, hold up. We the same complexion, Mo. Kiss my ass. Look at me.
Yeah. All right, y'all, man. I'm gonna kick both of y'all out of here. I gotta end this. Yo, Mo, man. I love you, my brother. All right, Eddie. I'll see you later, bro.
Yeah.
All
All right, Mo. Hey man, stop. It gets darker. You in Florida? Get some heat.
Yeah. All right, Eddie. Go eat your food.
All right, bro. Let me eat, man. I'll holler at you. All right.
Later. Ladies and gentlemen, the final episode of No Days Off November, man. That was a lot of fun, man. We brought King Mo up here. Mo actually brought himself here. I didn't bring Mo in here. That was a random pop-up by the great King Mo, somebody who, you know what I mean, I had a chance to work with for many fights. Got a chance to work side by side with Jeff Mayweather. Thanks to him, I met a lot of people in the Mayweather boxing club because of King Mo. King Mo's got a great relationship with them guys over there. And, you know, obviously he was always real open with sharing his resources with me, man. He's a really, really good brother, man. Mo is a good friend to this day and now currently a coach over at American Top Team. Has a lot of boxing knowledge, man, just because he's an MMA guy. He's sharp when it comes to boxing. He knows his stuff, man. And of course, y'all know Eddie's my brother from another mother. He's in damn near all my courses that I got right now. I still got the 75% sale. I did not knock it off yet. As you can see, we've been on here chopping it up. So when you go to the website, if you're watching this and you go to the website and the sales are still there, if you don't see me knocking it down, then obviously it's still up. It's going to take a little bit of time for me to get some things moved around. So while we're moving stuff around, the sale's still going to be up. But once you see that site looking a little different than what it looks like right now, obviously the sale's not going to be there. So if you guys still want to get something, now is the time to get something, whether you're watching this live or you're watching this a little bit later. Go to the site, CoachAnthonyBoxing.com. If you see that the sale's still there, it's still there. If it's not there, then obviously the sale's gone. But this is the last episode, and we're going to go ahead and create a new schedule. Obviously, I'm still going to go live. I'm still going to come on here. I'm still going to bring people like Eddie on. I'm still going to do stuff, but it's not going to be no days off anymore. If I decide to take a day off or 2 days off, y'all can't hold it against me. I came live every single day for the month of November. We're technically in December now. It's December 1st, 1:02 in the morning. It'll be Pacific time. It'll actually be December 1st. So it's still technically November if you're on the West Coast. So, you know what I mean? That's it, guys. So just keep checking the site for the next hour, 2 hours, however long it takes me to switch some stuff around. The sales are still up there. You're lucky. But by the time I get on this live again and you guys see me talking to you again, that sale's going to be gone. I'm not going to be on here saying you got one more day. A lot of people thought I was full of it. Now that sale's going to be gone. But, of course, it's still going to be on there until we switch stuff around. I want to thank everybody for pulling up. Man, you guys been a lot of fun. The support is much appreciated. Trust me, I noticed it. I noticed the regulars. I've noticed all the good, the great comments. And we just getting started, guys. 2022 is going to be a big year. December is going to be a fun month. It's going to be a holiday month. So we're going to have a lot of fun. I got some stuff planned for December as well. So everybody in here, don't think because I'm not doing no days off November that December is going to be like dead. We're still going to do stuff on December. December is going to be lit. I got some really good ideas that I haven't even ran across Eddie yet. When I talk to Eddie tomorrow on the phone, I'm going to give him some of my ideas. So I need you guys to, be ready. Make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel. Make sure you put your bell notifications on because we might be coming live with some heat. And if you're not here live, then you're not going to be able to participate live. You know what I'm saying? And I want everybody in the chats to be able to participate with some of these really dope ideas I got for December. December is going to be just as lit as November. It's just not going to be an every single day thing. I might be bored though, guys. I might be in the house feeling lonely. I might miss you. I might pop up in here again tomorrow, the day after. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But I do want to let you guys know I did appreciate November. You guys were a lot of fun. Thank you to everybody who's purchased something from me on my website. Everybody who took advantage of the Black Friday sale. You guys are so much appreciated. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you guys. And trust me, everything does not go unnoticed. It's been 3 hours and 4 seconds. So I'm going to leave it at that on a high note. thank you again, and you guys already know, man. Boxing life.
The receipt, as soon as he throws that, pop, boom. Okay. When I'm throwing the cross, what makes this punch so effective is good. Now this is super advanced again, guys. This isn't for the beginner.